Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 15 of the Kickout Crew. I am James Elcorai, obviously, and we want to thank everybody for the positive feedback. I know we're coming a little bit late, but hey, it was a hell of a fucking weekend last weekend. You had Starrcast, SummerSlam, Ric Flair's last match. I mean, we know that Adam and Rosie were there, but we're going to get to that later. But sorry we're coming to you late and delayed, but hey, we're kicking out at 2. We ain't taking a pin on this episode. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and shoot on down to B-Rad. And Brad, how you doing this week?
Just doing fantastic. There was some big news. Was there not some big news? Now, I know I'm a little late to the party, but the big news is this. Can everybody hear it?
Oh, yeah.
That is Rocky Balboa. Do you want to know why? Because the underdog, the Philadelphia Underdogs are going to get WrestleMania.
Oh, fuck me running. Are we?
Coming to Philadelphia. Boy, I have the dates written down here. April 6th and 7th, 2024. WrestleMania 40 coming to the Lincoln Financial Field in beautiful Philadelphia. Now, as Brad Stanton, and only as Brad, I will be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I already put my vacation days in. So,
get a suite.
Something.
That would be sweet.
Something I wanted to mention that happened to me in April of 2017.
You lost your virginity?
Hey-o.
I think it grew back and I lost it again. Boom.
I'm going through that now. It's okay.
So back in the day, we still do it. We have what's called a subscription to the Walnut Street Theater. My wife and I, we see 5 plays a year. I like the theater. I admit it. I broaden my horizons. I'm not just wrestling. So we go to 5 shows a year at the Walnut Street Theater. They're on Fridays, usually the premiere. However, we can't always get there on the original date. So she says to me, hey, you doing anything April 2nd on a Sunday? I'm not even listening, okay? I'm not even listening to what the fuck she's saying. Yeah, whatever, hon. I mean, this is a month away. I'm fine. So, well, April 2nd gets there. And guess what? I'm getting my shit together because guess what day that is? It's WrestleMania. So I'm ordering my food. I'm getting my clothes, everything laid out, getting the TV ready. It's like 4 o'clock. I hadn't seen her all day. She walks in. She goes, hey, just give me about 15 minutes and I'm ready. I'm like, great. She's like, no, we got to go. I'm like, go where? She goes, Walnut. I'm like, the Walnut for what? She goes, our play, we rescheduled for today. I'm like, it's fucking like WrestleMania. She goes, well, I asked you. I'm like, oh, shit. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch a whole lot of wrestling live nowadays. I watch most of it on DVR. But WrestleMania, I watched live. Especially back then on a Sunday, okay? Well, there's no way out of this, okay? There's no way out of this. She's got a dress on. I got to go. This thing starts at 7. I'm like, oh, freaking A. So we drive down and it's not just any play. So there's 5 plays. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. It's called The Importance of Being Earnest. It's an Oscar Wilde play called The Importance of Being Earnest.
I love Earnest. It was a great movie.
Yeah, Earnest Moral. Well, that guy was great. Jim Varney.
Yeah.
So
Ernest Stupid was my favorite.
We're the youngest people there. Now, keep in mind, I'm 41 at the time. We're the youngest people there, and I'm sitting there. And if anybody has seen The Importance of Being Earnest, it is 2 guys in a chair talking and with British accents, just talking. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm missing the first match. Oh my gosh, I'm halfway through the first match. I don't even know what the fuck these guys are talking about. So I'm ready.
You should have pulled the fire alarm. Why didn't you pull the fire alarm?
Ready to call it. She looks at me and she says, what the hell are they talking about? I'm like, let's get the hell out of here. So we get up. We drive home about 110 miles an hour, and I am home by that 3rd match. So I learned my lesson. Listen to your wife when she talks, because you never know what you're agreeing to. And second is make sure you have your WrestleMania plans mapped out. And in 2024, they are mapped out. I told her, just know now. I got plans that weekend. I have plans.
You got the guest room ready for us?
Whatever you want, pal. Whatever you want. We're all
5 of us. Let's go like a bunch of frat guys.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
What you got, Adam?
Yeah, what do you got?
What's the biggest surprise in that story? The fact that Brad didn't listen to his wife, or the fact that Brad goes to plays? That shit don't surprise me at all.
He's sophisticated. He's an East Coast guy. They're uppity.
Right.
So having WrestleMania come to Philly and being all excited about it is like me getting excited. WrestleMania's coming to Birmingham.
Hey,
Yay, 2027.
Right.
I'm as surprised as all of you. Okay, I'm as surprised as all of you.
Devin, could you go?
If I missed,
Or would you have a honeymoon to plan?
Philly.
That'll be after the wedding. So yeah, we can plan that.
Oh my
WrestleMania
ass!
20.
You're done after the
Oh,
wedding, bro. You're
God.
done.
Yeah, you're right. I'll probably be
You'll
done
go
with
when she
everything
lets you
after
go.
the wedding.
He'll probably be having his first kid.
Yeah,
And
she'll be
that'll be the
knocked
day
out
the
by
baby's
then.
born.
Oh yeah, that's true. You.
Oh, the baby's gonna be
Well,
born
we're
in
gonna
8
save
months.
for the baby.
8 months. The baby's gonna be born.
Yeah,
We can't go to WrestleMania.
If I have a baby born on WrestleMania, I'm naming it Hulk Hogan.
In the suite in Philadelphia.
Just first name.
First
Hulk
name
Hogan?
Hulk Hogan,
Dowling.
then a middle name and Dowling.
Ridiculous.
So
Well,
anyway,
hey,
Hey, Devin, why don't you get a little sophisticated and take your wife's last name when you guys get married?
Why would I do that?
I know somebody.
whoa,
that's
that
done
is
that.
bigoted, sir. How dare
No,
you?
Yeah.
okay. No, in
We
my
just
head,
did a deep dive into women's wrestling. You just speak hatred like that.
unbelievable.
it came
Why would
out
I do
wrong.
that?
I love Erica's last name. It is Briggs. I want to use the name Briggs as a first name for a boy someday.
Well,
Okay.
you do know
Kind of like
what
Briggs and Stratton or what?
yeah.
Right.
Good work.
you do know what DDP's wife's name is, right? Paige.
Yes, Paige.
Paige. So
I did not know that.
You know, a Holly and a Joseph.
Hey, there's no lie. I know a girl that she got married. Yeah, she ain't listening for sure. Yeah, she got married, and I believe she hyphenated her name, and he took her last name, and he's in the service too. I mean, I know
we
not to
actually have
say
a
anything
mutual
bad
Well, he's
friend.
in the
that, but-
service. I mean, he
Yeah,
must,
well, you figure stereotypical, but yeah, he took her last name, and I believe hers is hyphenated. And I'm
We
not
have a
making
mutual
that up.
friend that he took his wife's last name.
we all
That's
do.
right. It's
Yeah, and
progressive.
if you know, you know.
I don't know. I don't
Me
know.
either.
I would want to know. Maybe you could type it on the screen. Or
Oh.
maybe not. Maybe not.
Suckers gots to know.
I gotta know.
It's Adam. His last name wasn't from Bama. It's his wife's.
What?
It's not.
That's my married name.
So anyway,
Oh,
hopefully you guys
man.
can be there. 2024. It's right around the corner.
God, I'd rather.
You'd rather
Of
what?
course, I'll be there.
Do they cater with like horse feces and like yinglings,
I promise you this. Don't come dressed as Santa.
Leinenkugels or whatever?
Is it at Lincoln Financial?
Yeah, is that the link?
I'd like to
So,
go there.
I was gonna sing "Fly Eagles Fly," James, but I
Yeah,
didn't
you
want
were
to lose
gonna
your
get
punch.
muted. Believe me, we got a long fucking 3 months coming up.
I
Let's
was not even
not
looking
start
forward
at
to it.
least until after Top Gun weekend.
Oh, freaking A.
But
Anyway.
that is a trip coming up in a month. But we need to talk about the trip that just happened with two of our very own, Rosie and Adam. I don't know how y'all want to, get down with the get down on the weekend. But man, take us away. Saw the pictures, saw the videos. Looks like you guys had fun.
Oh,
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 yeah.
oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I went to Starrcast.
it was
Yay.
an action-packed weekend. Action-packed.
Fucking A.
I had a great time. I mean, all the people I got to meet and everything. But the coolest thing I actually got to watch personally was a friend of ours, Joey Carr. Y'all know Joey. He got to meet Lawler, Soraya, and Mick Foley. So when he got to meet Mick Foley, he had a few things to get signed. So me, Irish Adam, and Joey were right there talking to Mick Foley. Well, Mick Foley was talking, we were listening. And Mick Foley's asking Joey a couple of questions and asking him about his fandom and whatnot. And Joey mentions, yeah, I tried to get a cameo before, but it won't be covered if I get it. He says, I tell you what, where's your phone? Joey hands him his phone. He says, how do you work the video on this thing? So we set the video for him. And some of y'all might have seen it on Facebook already. Mick Foley takes the phone, looks at Joey, says, when's your birthday? He said, April. I can't remember exactly what it was. He says, okay. Mick Foley's got this huge double line. He sits back, looks at Joey, starts singing happy birthday to Joey. And Joey's just lights up. I've never seen this guy light up so much. Just when Mick Foley's singing, he's kind of looking at me and Adam, and then looking back at Joey, and Joey's just smiling. I mean, like nothing I've ever seen. And seeing him do that was probably the coolest thing I got to see last weekend. Because that's something he didn't have to do. That's $125. He just said, hey, I want to save you that overpriced charge. I'll give you one right now. Sang happy birthday to him and everything. And I think it really meant a lot to Joey. So that just tells you how good of a friend, how good of a person Mick Foley is. So
That's
that was
so
the highlight
cool.
of my weekend.
I love Mick Foley. I love him. I love him. He's a great guy. He's genuine. That is great to
Yeah.
hear. I did watch the video. I'm sure all of you guys did too. It was great to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Definitely for sure. Thank you for sharing that, Adam. For sure. Coach, tell us
Rosie?
about Ric Flair. What are we
Rosie,
doing?
you want to get down? I mean, you fucking had a big ass weekend, man.
Yeah, it was a big weekend. Starrcast was great. I'll start with the matches first. We had 3 full wrestling cards at Starrcast. Started off with Black Label Pro, went to GCW, and then we had New Japan. I'd never been to a New Japan match. Moxley main evented the New Japan, and he main evented the GCW match. Plus, we had FTR. They didn't defend their titles. They were in a trios match. They wrestled as well. It was like being at an All Out. It was like being at a WrestleMania. Anybody and everybody that was in town in Nashville was there at Starrcast. The Ric Flair last match card, the whole evening, magical. Undertaker walking in, no joke. I put this on my kids and my wife. I got eye contact with Undertaker, and for some reason there was a quiet moment. I said, Undertaker, you're the man. And he just went like this to me. I pointed right at me, and I just melted, It was tremendous. Mike Chioda, when he got kicked, fell right into my lap. That was hilarious. Everything was great. When Mance won the bunkhouse stampede, I just happened to have a fat head of Mance. There you go, right there. And it was just tremendous. I got they handed me a Pabst because they had about 4 or 5 cases of Pabst Blue Ribbon, because the whole thing was GCW did a Wolfpack invasion. Because if you look closely, they were all wearing red GCW shirts like it was the invasion. It was amazing. I mean, we'll talk more about it. Every wrestler was so kind to all the fans. We had just the best time. Everybody had the best time. The stage shows were great. The comedy at the roast was great. We finally got to meet Allison and met Andrew, and Adam and I met a lot of people from ad-free shows that we'd never seen before. So it was Conrad said the ECW One Night Stand was his best wrestling weekend of his life. The one that I was just on was the best wrestling weekend of my life. A lot of tears shed when I got back on the plane, and just thinking about things. It was so special. I don't think it could be duplicated.
I want to see what Top Gun Weekend does to trump that.
They're
It's
not
gonna be
do
hard.
it. That's okay. That's okay. We're still gonna have a good time. They're not gonna
Oh
trump.
hell yeah!
Well, I mean, and I just want to give a shout out to old Pondwater, man, because that was the coolest shit. Like, because when he was reffing the Von Erich and Briscoe match, Shivani on commentary is like, he was attacked by a goose, and they gotta like relive that whole thing. And I'm like, man, they're just putting out Pondwater like that, And then come to find out, like, Pondwater gets his fucking Sting moment, when Shivani's like, it's Dave or Super Dave or Pondwater Dave or whatever he says. Like, he gets his scream moment, and Pondwater gets to come in, our dude Pondwater, and get the 3 count for Ric Flair's last match. Like, what more
That's
can you
awesome.
ask for as a ref, especially a guy like that is such a
A
fan
tan
like him?
ref. We could ask for a tan ref.
Well, and according to some other ex-refs, they could have been more in shape, but yeah, whatever.
Round is a shape. I hate to tell you.
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, man, to get the 3 count on Ric Flair's last match, when you have a wall dedicated to the dude, like with all the shit, all the merch and everything. I don't know, man. I was really happy for Pondwater. Rosie was front row, had that cardboard cutout of Mance when he won. watching the reactions of him and Mark James, you know.
I think Coach was on the damn Ric Flair show more than Ric Flair was.
Right.
Like really.
There's a point when Mike Chioda's out and Ric Flair covers, I believe it was Jay Lethal. The camera zooms right in on Coach and he's counting. It's like the 5th or 6th count, and Coach is just counting right there. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I watched it back. That was a good one. And Ricky, when Ricky Morton came out, I popped for him. You know,
the Diamond Cutter dude tripped me out. That was really, really awesome. And then seeing everybody's reaction in the stands for that. Oh.
I'll tell you who the All-Star of the weekend was, other than Mick Foley. I finally got to meet John Alba, and I swear every time I even walked close by him, he stopped, talked, and he had time for us. No matter what he was doing, he stopped, had time for us, chatted, and it just, just over the top all-star guy. Thanked us for being at the Mount Hardy panel, because everybody done went to the Ric Flair show. So a few of us stayed back, and he personally come off the stage to come to us. Thank you guys for staying. I really appreciate it. And it just means a lot, man. Just something he ain't got to do.
He's a solid guy. Yeah, I was really happy for you guys that you guys got to be there. Unfortunately, some of us didn't, but we live vicariously through you for sure.
One
Well,
question.
Let's do it. All 6 of us wanted any event, even if it's an indie event with 400 people. Let's all sit front row one time. The Kick Out Crew. We're gonna have a hell of a time. You know, this is
Devin, can you put it on your schedule, Devin?
right.
Hey, that seems a lot more affordable than Top Guy Weekend. So probably.
Yeah, I was letting
A
you stay in
plane
my
ticket
room and giving you
is
a
all you
freaking,
need for Top Guy Weekend.
yeah, all you needed was a plane. Freaking jerk off. Coach was
We might
giving you
have
a
to-
wristband. I'm giving you a wristband. I said you can sleep in my room, just no sex after 10.
Yeah, exactly.
After 10 p.m. or 10 a.m.?
Either.
Hey-o.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
So who watched it on Fight TV? Did y'all get to watch it on Fight?
Yes.
That's how I watched it.
Yeah, that's how we watched it.
Whenever they debuted the new championship belt, when Josh Chernoff and John Abbott was standing there, and Cardona was talking, and he said something about, y'all need to silence y'all cell phones or something like that. That was my phone going off.
Ah,
Swear to God it was. I was like, oh shit. He looked right at me and said, silence your phone. I walked off.
represent, man. We're representing the Kick Out Crew.
Nice.
I didn't even cut it off on silent. I just walked away. I got scared.
Ah,
And I want to thank Conrad and Evan. Every Top Guy that went to Top Guy to Starrcast got this beautiful Ric Flair last match wrestling buddy. You got one or no? You didn't get yours?
I got one.
Okay, yeah, okay, good.
what are they going for on eBay right now?
Right? Is that one motherfucker trying to sell it? Probably. You know,
That's not bad for an old slap nut.
Hopefully, we don't get any emails from Evan, huh?
for real.
Oh, I promise you, we won't get an email from Evan.
Hey, whoever that is, and if you listen, we're definitely going to be able to point you out at Top Guy Weekend.
Yeah,
So
we don't know you, pal.
yeah, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. It's just, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, good stuff about old Nate. I will say it was cool to, you know, see my friends right there front row, especially when the lights go off and, you know, everybody's just wooing. And even Crockett says something like, oh, he's about to, like, kind of like he's about to come out. And Shivani's like, nah, man, make him wait. Make him wait. It's fucking your last match. Make him wait. But, you know, to hear that theme and see him walk out, I can only imagine what it was like to be there live.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And when Pond Water ran out, man, you heard every ad-free show member in the building go absolutely apeshit.
We were all spread out through the building, and you can hear every section. Paul Water. That was awesome.
Because a lot of us thought it was going to be I'm drawing a blank. Tommy Young. Everybody thought Tommy Young was going to come in. Everyone was like, "Oh, Tommy's coming. Tommy's coming." Or
Where'd he
Heaven's
ever be?
coming. But nope. It was the man, the myth, the legend. He's changed his name now. He's no longer Pond Water. He's that's been deleted. He's going back to Super Dave. That was his original name. Super Dave Miller, the greatest ref out there. He is now the answer to a trivia question. Who was the referee that counted the final 3 count for Ric Flair? That could never be taken away.
So
I
what
think
does he
that's
do
what
now?
Shivani
Does he go
said.
back to Mississippi to referee matches?
He's Hall of Famer.
That's true. He sure is.
But I think that is what Shivani was like. It's Paul Water, or not Paul Water. He's like, it's Super Dave. I think that's what Shivani's call was.
That would be my last referee match.
Oh, straight up.
'Cause it'd be like me coming back to Alabama. All right, let's go to Boaz and referee a match.
And then I was blessed enough to be backstage and to see Denovius give Super Dave that chair. That was a very sentimental moment because those chairs were hard to come by. And they didn't have any. There was a limited number. It was just for the people that were sitting there. So he got a chair. And that was very important to him because he's going to add that to his collection.
Yeah.
Love it. Which brings us to our show topic, I believe, Brad. Is that true?
Oh, it sure is. Hey, what are we talking about today? Well, what have we been talking about since the show started? Well, that is, woo! Ric Flair. We're talking about Ric Flair. Now, as you just heard, if you are not a wrestling fan, Ric Flair's last match was this weekend. Like we said, Coach was there. Adam was there. But it wasn't Ric Flair's first time he had last matches. So, as the genius James Elkerai came up with, hey, wouldn't it be something if we covered Ric Flair's other 2 last matches? Well, freaking hell yeah. So that's what we're doing today. We are covering Ric Flair's other 2 final matches. So, take it away, James.
Well, thank you there, Brad. I'm done.
I feel like I'm at a family reunion with those actors.
We haven't been together in a while, everybody. It's been a couple weeks, and
man.
we're very, very excited to be together. At least I am, as you can tell.
Me too.
Well, is it time to get to the first of the last?
I give it a hell yeah.
See, now, if you look at Mike Whitaker, the face he has now can be happy, sad, angry. He never changes facial expression. He's got a concrete face. He is so happy right now. Okay, we got a little smile. But Mike, I missed you so much, and I can't wait to hear your meat minute.
I missed you too, Coach.
I missed your meat
That's
too.
his sober face.
Yep.
Woo!
Well, all right. That's what we do when we have a pod. Woo! You guys got some dead air there. Well, not
yeah,
today.
no, let's just do a woo. We'll just do a woo counter.
Mickey
Every
James
time.
versus Terry. Oh, wrong notes. My bad.
But anyway, we'll start with the first of the last, and that would be Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 24. It was a well, hold on a second.
What is this? What is going on, James?
A little present from Coach Rosie.
We have an
Okay.
invasion going.
Man
There he is.
himself.
It is the man, the myth, the legend here on our Ric Flair special, the referee that counted the final 3 count of Ric Flair's last match, Super Dave Miller.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Good,
I got my
man,
shirt
good.
right here. Right
Here we go.
We just got done, going crazy about you coming out making that final 3 count. Like, I know I was at home watching, fucking lost it, dude. Like, it was really, really cool to see you do that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool from where I was standing too.
I bet it was.
Just to say, I know the guy that made the final 3 count. Awesome stuff, man. And then the Von Erich and Briscoe match, dude, that was badass too.
That was quite a treat. Man, I'm super impressed with Briscoes. And the Von Erichs, bless their heart, they had such a tough time getting there, and Ross was jet lagged, and Marshall had food poisoning, but they were troopers. I mean, they came walk in. We're supposed to go on 4th, and they pushed it back to 7th, trying to give them a little time.
Mm.
But
And they
Road
got
Dogg,
out there like an hour before showtime, didn't they?
yeah.
They wanted to be there so bad that they flew out from Hawaii that morning. And from Hawaii to Tennessee, that's like an 8-hour flight.
No, they left 48 hours prior. They spent
I thought
Saturday night in an airport.
Oh man, I thought they were still in Hawaii.
No, their flight got pushed back. They were supposed to be picked up like 8 o'clock Saturday night. And then they were supposed to get picked up at 3:30 in the morning, and that flight got canceled. They didn't get there. They got to the arena right at a little after 6 o'clock.
Wow.
Because
Nice.
the Road Dogg said today on his podcast that the backup plan, they were going to throw the Briscoes in there and with the machine guns and
three-way.
And they were going to make that a three-way with them and the Wolves.
Oh, that'd have been great.
Nice.
That'd have been real good.
But it was just pretty. It was. I mean, the whole thing's surreal.
Oh, holy
I got so
shit!
excited, I
Hi.
lost my damn note.
Surprise!
And not only did he
Super
ref-
Dave here.
He worked all weekend.
That's what I'm
I
saying,
know.
He
man.
worked probably
Saw your
30
ass
hours
everywhere.
all weekend at Starrcast and then refed. That's how dedicated this man is to not only ad-free shows, not only Conrad, but also to the sport of wrestling.
Well, I did. I worked the Black Label Pro show Friday evening. Then we went to the roast. Then went and worked GCW, and got out of there at 2 o'clock in the morning. And GCW was such an experience. I was so hyped from the crowd. I got back to my room at 3, and I was so hyped up I couldn't hardly sleep. And then back up at 7 to get over there to the fairgrounds. So Saturday night, my wife was in bed at 7. After I spent the day with Tori Wilson, by the way.
Yes,
mean,
he did.
Oh, that sounds so rough, Pondwater.
I know it's like
get it.
everything I'm telling y'all that happened to me. It's just you want to hate me by the end of it.
Yeah.
But Tori
No,
Wilson
we
was
live
great.
vicariously through all of us. Whoever has success in this crew, we're going to support it. I mean,
Well, I appreciate it.
yeah, it was
True, man.
great.
But Saturday night, I know that everybody was in town, and I wanted to head downtown and meet up. And I mean, I could have gone and sat in the suite at SummerSlam, but I grabbed Jewett and Jay-Z, and we went and ate dinner. But 9 o'clock, I was in bed. I made a grown-up decision to go to bed. I was tired because I knew I was going to have a big day Sunday.
So, if you don't mind me asking, when did you find out the news?
Sunday morning.
Holy shit.
First reaction.
I was kind of overwhelmed. I was trying to play it cool when Conrad told me. And, I thanked him and pretty sure I hugged him. And then
I've been punching his leg, but that's just me.
I would have. And then I walked over and looked at my wife, and I was overcome. And it was one of them deals that you knew if you just said one word, you were going to lose it. And she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, she goes, "Tell me what's wrong." And I'm like, "It's good. It's good. Nothing bad. It's good." And then our friend Hoop and his wife stopped by to say bye on their way out. And I'm trying to tell them bye, but I'm like, I'm about to lose it. So I just said, "Excuse me." And I went to the restroom and got in the stall and cried like a baby.
And
Dude,
then
you got your
I would've
steam
too.
call too, man. Shivani on like when you came running out, like it's Super Dave.
Well, Tony
Oh,
told me that. He told me that at ringside after he got through interviewing Rick. We were walking back up the ramp, and he told me that.
You got your steam call, dude. I was losing it.
And
Oh,
he told me, he said, "Wait till you hear the call. Wait till you hear the call." And Efren actually sent me like a little 19-second clip of it. And when I heard it's Super Dave Miller, I mean, Tony Schiavone and David Crockett are my all-time favorite announce team over anybody. Look, I've always been a Tony David fan, and to have them do that, I mean, my feet still haven't touched the ground.
Well, when you slid into the ring, it seemed like you looked like an Olympic diver. You got right under that rope, boom, right into the right position. Man, you still got it, pal. I think
Thank
you're
you.
gonna, yeah,
I've done that a few
Got it here.
times.
You never lost it, brother. You never lost it.
yeah.
Never lie. But I was running down. I was getting back there, and I'm back here getting ready to run, and I'm like, Be like Charles Robinson, not like Titus O'Neil. Be like Charles Robinson, not like Titus O'Neil. I've never concentrated on running down a ramp so hard in my life because I was like, don't fall down. Do not fall down. Whatever you do not fall down.
And it hurts if you don't hit that right. I mean, if you hit the rope or
Yeah.
if your knees hit that apron, that shit hurts. God, it hurts.
You can pull a Vince McMahon, pull both your quads.
I would have made it in the ring. I guarantee you that. I mean, I already got plantar fascia. I can't say the plantar fasciitis or something.
Fasciitis.
I've got that in my left foot. Got an ingrown toenail on my right toe. So I'm already half hobbled most of the time.
And I've never seen you move so fast in my life, brother.
I wasn't blowing that.
Right?
Nope.
That was bad fucking ass, dude. I loved it.
Thank you so much. Hard-
What's your next show? What do you do next as far as referee?
September the 20th in Richland, Mississippi for Battle Zone. We're doing one at the high school gym there. Then I'll be down in Brookhaven, Mississippi, the 27th for Bayou Independent Wrestling.
I have a feeling you're going to ref a match in the showcase when we're up at Top Guy Weekend. I think you're going to get a call.
I was told you're not coming to Top Guy Weekend, Dave. You know
I'm
who said
gonna be
that? You.
I'm 95% sure I'm going to be at Top Guy Weekend.
Let's
Okay.
go.
All right.
He
good.
has
I
to
heard
be
you
there. He's
on
got his own
Ringside-
meet and greet.
Yeah, I heard you on Ringside
Right?
Rant say you weren't coming, so I was a little nervous.
Well, it's funny. I looked at flights today. I can pull it off. I was trying to ask the guys if any of the guys in my group needed a roommate, and Dawkins said, "Well, just sleep in the lobby." And I said, "Well, I did that last year."
Hey, I need a roommate.
I need a roommate too, so you're
I
good.
swear to God, I don't even
Well,
have
I
a room
think
because the guy
now-
that I was going to go with backed out.
Wait a
Hey,
minute,
please
both
sleep
you
with me,
assholes
please,
told-
please.
Well, now I
You
think.
assholes told me that y'all didn't need a roommate. Y'all suck.
Well, now my
You're
wife.
sleeping with Sorensen.
I ain't telling you nothing else.
Well, now my wife wants to go, and we've mysteriously found the money for it. So
All right. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
doing solo. I'm solo, so
yeah, I was just trying to get a flight up there late Friday. I mean, come out on Friday and leave Sunday morning.
Are they giving you a stage show? Like, you know,
No.
you get a 3 count like that, you go up there, you give your little stage show, and then you have like the autograph 8x10. Are you making that final count?
My stage show would consist of I counted 3.
You
That's
had
the
your
most
stage
important
show
thing
last
in
year when
wrestling
Orange
history.
Cassidy came up to you and stuff. Last year you had your stage show.
You know, I printed that picture out and took it to Orange and got him to sign it.
Nice.
He looked
I
at the
bet
picture
he
and he
laughed.
looked at me and he just started laughing.
I
What
bet.
about Johnny Hungy? Did you get that one?
Who?
Johnny Hungy?
Jason Silver?
Yes.
He wasn't there.
No, so I actually got an action figure autographed by him. He wrote Palm Water, try to stay awake for the picture next time.
Nice.
But that Orange Cassidy was the ultimate photo op like that.
Oh yeah.
Definitely good.
woo!
You won't
There's
see
an
me drink
awkward
anything
moment.
stronger than that. Man, I don't know why I got the blur feature on mine.
Well, Dave, James was just about to take us into Ric Flair's first retirement match in Orlando in 2008, WrestleMania 24. So
Yeah,
James?
the first final.
let's talk about it.
All right, Mike.
Well,
All
what
right, I
you
mean,
got?
come on, James. Who's doing it? I'm sorry. I got
Oh
confused.
yeah, we're talking about Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. You know, it was a career-threatening match taking place at WrestleMania 24, March 30th, 2008, in the Camping World Stadium, otherwise known as the Citrus Bowl in beautiful Orlando, Florida. Attendance of 74,635. Had a buy rate, because this is pre-network stuff, had a buy rate of over 1,058,000. It had a match length of a little over 20 minutes, and that bitch S. Meltzer gave it 3.5 stars. But, you know, that's the intro to the match. But, hey, how did we get there? And for that, I'm going to go ahead and swing it on over to Mike. So, Mike, take it away.
Well, this happened. Well, it started in 07. Ric Flair came out and he was cutting a promo. Kind of seemed like he was going to retire then. And flat out said, nope, I'm not retiring. I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying. And went on for that. Vince McMahon would then come out and told Ric Flair that he would be retiring the next time he lost his first match. So he had a few matches next couple months. He was winning all his single matches, had a couple of tags. He did too. Then it was time for the Hall of Fame in 2008, and Shawn Michaels came out and announced that Ric Flair was the headliner for 2008 Hall of Fame. Later on, Rick would come out and say that he wanted his WrestleMania match and called out Shawn, told him that he wanted him to be in the match because he was the best. And if he was going to go, he wanted to go with the best. Shawn first declined it, said, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do this. Kept going. Rick got him, said, yeah, I'll do it. And then that's when Shawn did the old yellow thing and told Ric Flair that he was going to put him out of his misery.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks so much for that. Hey, Pondwater, just so you know, or Super Dave, I don't know what you want to be called today, but I usually have notes and I usually point to people, so I'm going to mix you in here, okay?
Okay.
All right. I know you know how to answer questions. I love how you throw off RJ and Justin because they have their system and you totally disagree with everything they say. And they're like, okay.
I'm just waiting for them to cover something that they were alive for.
Well, we have to work on their music, don't we?
Right. Speaking of music, who said something about that Ric Flair drip? Go woo!
Now, if you're not watching on YouTube, we will please ask you to view this moment.
Now,
Because
someone say, hey, man, that blue robe at that WrestleMania match is pretty beautiful. I would say, you're motherfucking right it is. Woo! Woo! Sorry, just had to get that Ric Flair drip on there, you know? 57.90 split the coupe on the wrist, you know what I'm saying?
So we managed to get Paul Water Dave on the show with us, and we got James Elcry walking around in his robe.
Right.
I'd put mine on, but I'm not going. It was too hard to get it on that mannequin. I'm not taking it off.
It's a pain in the fucking ass to put on, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it was.
All right, guys. So we have Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels. Ric Flair being 59 years old here. Video package that starts the match as only WWE can do it is absolutely tremendous. Now, Coach, very strange moment here. I was going to ask you, what did you think of Rick's robe?
The one in Orlando?
Yeah, the one in this show, the one that our boy James Elcry just wore for us.
That's one of my favorite. That is, I think, of recent robes. I love that robe. I love the feathers. I love the blue. I mean, I like the white and purple. Don't get me wrong, but that royal blue, it's just like the shoes that Dave and I have. I wore the Ric Flair shoes all weekend. The Damian Lillard shoes. It's the same exact color. I love that royal blue.
And HBK doesn't look too bad either, with the red and black coming in as well. The showstopper himself. Many believe Flair and Michaels are 1 and 1A. We have heard it over and over again in Conrad's podcast. James, is that the case? 1 and 1A?
As I've gotten older, I would tend to agree. I mean, as a kid, obviously Shawn Michaels was a heel, so obviously I was like, hey, fuck him. But then big Stone Cold fan, so that was a huge rivalry too. But as you look back, which granted Rick was a heel too, so. But looking back, it's pretty hard to argue, especially going back and seeing all the older matches and stuff I may have forgot or never saw. Pretty hard to argue, man. When they're on, they are on, and the crowd loves it, and that's what it's about.
But Adam, as an in-ring performer, what makes him 1 and 1A?
Well, it depends on how you want to look at it, honestly, because if you look at storytelling ability, you're talking about how a guy works the crowd. I mean, or if you talk about it depends on how you look at it, because in-ring performance, Shawn Michaels could be number 1. But as far as storytelling, just all in all, just having a better match, Ric Flair would just be that number 1. So it really just depends on how you want to look at it. And you can ask 10 different people, you'll get 10 different answers.
I'm going to touch on this very briefly because I don't want much negativity here. But 8 years before, this is 6 years after the plane ride from hell, which we just recently almost got Rick a lot of trouble for, but he overcame it. What is it about Ric Flair, Devin, that he can move past things and people continue to love him?
I think it's the legacy. I think it's the 17 world championships. I think it's just everything around it. He's the man. we'd watch him on Monday Night Raw and back in WCW, the NWA. He's been there for everyone. Everyone growing up watching wrestling has always loved Ric Flair. I just feel like it's that legacy and history of his name.
Now, Pondwater, we didn't tell you about this match before you came on today. Do you remember this match?
I do.
Do you remember the referee?
Charles Robinson.
Of course he knows.
Little Nate, baby, little Nate.
Nate.
So why is he so important to this match?
Well, but just because of the whole little Nate deal. He's huge. I mean, it's like me doing the last one. It's the world's biggest Ric Flair fan that's a referee getting to participate with his idol. I mean, but he did the whole little Nate thing. Charles was tremendous. I mean, I'll watch that match, and sometimes I'll start whimpering a little bit when Charles holds the ropes for him when he gets in. So,
He's the consummate professional. I mean, Charles Robinson is just top notch, ultimate professional.
I don't know if everybody saw that Treasure show.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And the
I felt so bad for him.
yeah, I mean, he was crying, and we wanted to help him, but he didn't want to help. Oh, it was just heartbreaking. He's such a big fan. So, Ric Flair, his family is in the front row. Coach, anybody you recognize there?
Well, I recognize Megan. I recognized Ashley. I recognized Reed. And I recognized David. And I didn't recognize the lady that was there. I don't know which wife. I think that was the fitness model wife that he had back then.
Tiffany.
Yeah,
There you
Tiffany.
go. I knew someone would know. James,
Yo,
we believe you have your favorite announcing duo.
the best,
Who
Jerry
do
and
we
the
have,
King.
James?
Huh?
Who do we have?
Oh, we got Jerry, the King, and old Jim Ross, good old Jim Ross, Mr. Heavy on the Mister, you know. It doesn't really get any better than that, especially when it comes to storytelling, especially with a match like this, career threatening. I don't know. You can't really go wrong with those two. And I did write in my notes in the couple of the chop off moments that they had. The commentary did just back off and let the crowd, like, you know, take over, like, bam, woo, bam, boo. You know, I thought that was really cool because they could have just talked all over that, but they would just let the moment be. And I think that's what makes, as much as his good calls are, the timing that he has is like, I'm going to let this breathe a little bit. This is a moment, you know, I'm not going to shit all over it, like, or talk all over it.
And just to kind of interweave things, for you guys that watched Fight, not only was Jerry the King at his last match in WWE, he had a vignette on the card on Sunday, which was tremendous with Jeff Jarrett with the Fargo strut. You know,
Yep.
Jerry's great, a legend.
He came walking in the back door carrying that crown, and one of the guys goes, "Was he take the crown with him everywhere?" Because we didn't know he was going to film it.
Well, wouldn't you? That's the gimmick, man.
He had it for his meet and greets, I believe.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, our boy Justin Davis might say that the HBK entrance is a little too long. Do you think it's too long, or do you think the Undertaker's too long? Is it just enough?
It's just enough because it's their character. All their stuff is their interest, or half of it is. Especially like Undertaker, that's his entrance. His entrance. It makes them who they are.
Devin, who's got the better strut? Is it Ric Flair or is it Double J?
Obviously, I'm going to give this one to Ric Flair.
All right, so they're trading moves in the ring. There's a lot of slapping. And Rick yells, "Old Yeller, huh? Old Yeller, huh?" Adam, a ton of psychology in this match, even more so than the moves. What'd you think of it?
Well, I was sitting there reading over. I forgot I had notes, but because when Paul Water joined us, I just popped and I just forgot where I was.
What do you do?
I got-
Throw away
I
your
got a whole
notes?
page of
Unlock
notes,
your
ain't
email? I
read
don't even
damn one of 'em.
understand. Your notes are there. I'm asking you a question. Answer the question. You didn't even know I was
Also-
asking this. What are you looking in the notes for?
Just feel it with your heart, man.
Why are you so mean to me? God.
I'm mean. I'm mean.
No, so the
You-
pacing of the
you-
match, you know, everybody knows how good Shawn Michaels is in the ring, but you can see Shawn Michaels dial it back a notch, and he paces the match perfect for Flair. He makes Flair look amazing. Probably one of the easiest nights in Flair's history. Shawn Michaels, I mean, he makes anybody look good. He's like AJ Styles. He can dial it back, pace it, make it look good. He can fire up with Bret Hart, make it look good. It just doesn't matter who's in the ring with him. He makes him like $1 million, but Ric Flair doesn't need that.
Hey guys, wait, hold on. My wife
watched.
watched the event on Sunday, and I told her who was on, and she asked to come on and meet the legend.
Hey, it's Super Dave.
Hey, how are you?
Oh,
I'm well.
I thought you meant me too. I got confused too.
because I've already met her, but
It's nice to finally meet you.
Nice to be met.
Woo!
Sorry that you have to deal with him.
You know.
I'm sorry you have to meet Super
right
Dave
back
and
at
go back
you,
home to
Miss
Josh.
Rosie.
No, we have Mike. Go ahead. I'm sorry, young lady.
Just
Go ahead.
blink, just blink real quick a few times if you need help. Not you, Coach.
Oh, he's a tough cookie.
Oh.
Will you tell me, Blinky?
Yeah.
Well, to use an overused term, we are off the rails.
Thank you guys. Good night. You can't get better than that.
Yeah, I'll be here all week.
There it is. Be sure to tip your waitress and bar staff.
This is the highlight of Miss Rosenbaum's night. She's got to go to bed with Coach after this.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You can think about any of these guys, especially the referee.
I'm ready to throw all these notes right off the window.
You've lost your thing, and I'm not meaning to take over. So I'm just
No.
do
We
whatever, and it's
we love our
always-
run-ins. We love our run-ins. You're the second one of today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dave's the first.
Gotcha. But nobody's quite as cool as me, right?
No, definitely.
Right.
Right.
All right. Well, have fun. Take care.
You too.
All right, Mrs.
She was
Rosie.
watching it. She was watching, and I said, "Hey, the ref's on. The ref's on." And she goes, "Oh my God, can I say hello?" So thanks,
Awesome.
Dave.
So we have Shawn Michaels on the top of rope, only for Flair to throw him off, which is a classic Flair. You're getting up on the top turnbuckle for no reason at all except to get thrown off. Dave, how important was this to the match?
Oh, you got to do it. I mean, Flair genuinely believes that that's what the people want. He's playing the hits. He said that when he was a kid, he liked to go see Ray Stevens. And if Ray Stevens didn't do all those things that he normally does in every match, Flair felt he was disappointed. So he always wanted to do that because he thought his fans expected that of him. And then once in a blue moon, he actually hit it. It surprised everybody.
Yeah, just every once in a while, right? Just here and there. Just like the figure four actually working.
Right.
5 times. He hit it 5 times. 5 times.
Hey, by the way, Adam, we're going to get to that figure four, but we're not quite there yet, buddy, okay? We're not quite there yet. So Flair thrown outside the ring. Michael springboard. First big move off the ropes onto the announce table. Adam, this looked brutal. What'd you think?
Unnecessary. Shawn Michaels. I mean, there's no point in them doing that in this match. I mean,
Didn't he break a rib on that move, Dave?
he should have, because he bounced when he hit the table. The
I
table
thought
didn't
he
break.
did.
Well, did he break a rib, or were we doing a famous Rocky Balboa moment, which was evening out the match?
I broke a rib for him. It was just unnecessary for Shawn Michaels to do. I mean, he's a legend. Ric Flair's a legend. And then he does another moonsault later. If you're going to do one in a match, don't do two. Ain't no sense in it. Especially on a table that you don't know that'll break when you hit it. So
I just think he came down. I think he was trying to come out flat on the table, and he ended up catching the corner.
yeah. If
So,
he would hit more of the center, I think it would have. Like it's
He probably would have hit it, and I don't think he would have broke it, but he probably would have gone off the back of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Ugh.
So Flair methodically working, and then they've been wrestling for about 5 minutes, and they're already both, it looks like they're both completely blown up in this match, completely tired. Suplex by Flair gets a huge reaction, James. James, is it strange for you that everybody's going nuts for Flair and booing Shawn Michaels in this?
Well, I mean, he's calling him Old Yeller and all that stuff. So, you know, and if somebody's got to put you out or whatever, because I get it. And you kind of got to know, like, with the Hall of Fame thing there, you kind of get it. The story writes itself. But I mean, you want to see Rick win when it comes to stuff like this, and they pop for damn near hell. He does a crossbody, and the crowd loses their mind, you know. So I just think you want to see the reaction of like, oh, here's Rick, like Dave was saying, playing the hits. He's going for the figure four. He's chopping people, like all that stuff.
A double count.
He did thumb in the eye too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely.
I love that's classic. That's my favorite thing he does. Pow pow, boom, round his eye.
A double count out will cost Ric Flair the match, and he will be forced to retire. Devin, what did you think of that? If they both were counted out, they both lose. Did you think that was did that throw you as a stipulation?
I mean, it's the creative liberties that we've always heard about. It's in the rules. Technically, he wouldn't have won, so he'd have had to retire. So I guess I get it, but I don't know. Could have done without it.
I gotcha. We're trading chops. Michael's selling the ribs. Michael's with the elbow up the top, selling severe pain, tuning up the band, but couldn't do it, Mike. Why not?
He felt bad for him. I don't know. I thought he was going to do it more than that one time, too. He went there, he looked at his face, and can't do it.
Michael's in the figure four now. Coach, what's the psychology here with the crowd? The figure four. How bad do they want this in the match? Looking at Shawn Michaels, the psychology here. How good do you think it was?
And I thought Rick was going to win. I think I was caught in my feelings, and that's the best part of wrestling when you suspend belief. When he had him in that figure four, I thought, this is it. This is it. My boy's going to do it. My boy's going to do it. So, I mean, I loved it. It was tremendous.
But what happened, Adam? He turned it around and reversed the pressure. Oh, my gosh. Tell me about it. How bad does it hurt? Go ahead. Come on, Adam.
Oh man, unless you're in the move, you don't know how bad it hurts. But as soon as he flips it,
and there we have it. He goes to mute because as a wrestling performer, Adam will never give away the secrets.
And it's just a move I wouldn't recommend to put on nobody.
Chop block by Flair. Nice. Dirtiest player in the game there, Dave?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And I kind of thought he was going to win too. I mean, I dared to believe, and it wasn't until he started telling Shawn, do it, that I knew what was going to happen. I really truly thought he was going to pull it out.
So let me ask you something. We've talked about this on the show before. Does he actually have this Flair, pronouns, pal? Does he actually have a finishing move, or is it really just about cheating to win? Is that his finishing move?
Well, it's a small package.
Right?
Not on him, though.
Jesus.
Small package is undefeated.
All right, another figure four.
But no, I don't remember any.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, his finish was hit the referee to get disqualified to keep the belt, throw the guy over the top rope to keep the belt.
Or distract the referee and give a low blow.
Hold on the ropes.
Low blow.
Hold on the ropes. Get the pin. Yeah, he's a cheater. Even when he's a baby.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Well, I was telling everybody that when I watched the docuseries, he asked for that ass whooping. I mean, he really did. But if Ric Flair he could club a pillowcase full of puppies and still be a babyface. I mean, he can get away with anything.
Yeah.
There was a good thing there wasn't any TV monitors in the back, Dave, because you didn't even see the brass knuckles until you saw the replay.
I still didn't see the brass knuckles.
See? The dirtiest.
I'm sure Adam didn't see him either.
Hey, can we address the shoulders, both sets of shoulders being down?
Please do.
Yeah.
I'm tired of people.
There's even somebody that's got
fucking ridiculous to hear.
Somebody
that.
sent me a YouTube clip the other day that it was really a draw because of that. No, it wasn't a draw. I declared Rick the winner. Referee's decisions are final.
That's right.
Still, when I came down the ramp and I slid in the ring, Rick was on his feet applying the hold. I watched Jeff Jarrett's shoulders go down. I had no reason to look at Ric Flair's shoulders because he was putting the offensive move on Jarrett. So there's no controversy.
Exactly.
Not in my eyes. And I think Jeff's shoulders went down first. So you started to count 1, 2, and then Rick went flat. So by the time you got to 3 on Jarrett,
Well, when
I think
Rick went flat when he put the hold on. Jarrett came up and went back down, and that's when I
Right.
counted 3.
that's it. That's it.
I mean, so Jarrett didn't have a hold on Rick. So, I mean, I get it. And if I'd have been on the side, I don't know. I was focused. I'm a referee that likes to see both shoulders on the mat. So you're not going to get a lot of double countouts from me because if I see somebody do a move to somebody, you know,
That's true. The offensive
I'm making
move.
sure-
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
watching.
with you.
I mean, I had from my vantage point, I'm looking at Jarrett's shoulders.
Rick was pulling an offensive move on Jarrett, and hello, possession goes to the offense. You know what I'm saying?
Ric Flair was putting so much pressure on that figure 4 to make it hurt so bad that when Jarrett went down, he just gave out because he tried so hard.
His soul left his body. I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, because he was trying so hard to make sure to hurt Jarrett, to make sure that figure 4 hurt that bad.
Right.
That's what it was.
Soul left his body. Undertaker collected it.
That's why he was there.
Bret Hart tried to steal a little bit of it.
So anyway,
Sorry, Brad.
it's all good. It's
That's
all
the
good.
beauty of this show.
That's what you get when I'm here.
It's your show, brother.
Thanks for the heads up. It's all good. It's all
Just
good.
cut me off.
Nah. Another figure 4 by Michaels, selling the shit out of the crowd. The crowd goes banana. Then he does a complete rotation. Michaels gets to the rope, and the crowd boos him out of there. Sweet chin music, perfect. Both are down, but Flair kicks out at 2. Then Flair with the low blow. Of course it has to happen. Then Michaels puts the figure 4 on Flair. Flair to the ropes. And again, Dave, like you said, thumb to the eye. Another chop fest. Mike, is this too much chopping?
No, not a Ric Flair match, not.
So let's just get to the finish here, because this is one of the most famous finishes, I think. I do think in the history of wrestling, WrestleMania history, whatever you want to call it. Shawn Michaels, as Ric Flair is saying in his best Rocky, come on, bring it. I'm sorry. I love you. And he hits him with the sweet chin music, which is a super kick for those of you at home that don't know.
Back
And,
when the super kick was a real super kick, too.
Thank you.
and
That's before they started doing them with parties and shit.
1, 2, 3. It's a chills moment. They're talking on the mat after. I'm sure it was for real. And as like I always say, wrestling's fake. You're fake. Okay, pal? Anyway, I want to go to each of you. Dave, we'll start with you. What did this moment mean to you?
End of an era. End of an era. It broke my heart. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to see him stop.
Well, guess what? You didn't have to, did you?
No.
Which is nice. Coach?
Now I'm ready to see him stop.
Yeah, I am too. I am too.
Yeah.
He's 73 now. My dad's 76, and I can't even imagine. You know, it's just no way. Coach, what did you think of this moment?
Extremely emotional. I think I probably watch that match 3 or 4 times a year, because it was 2 gladiators that went into the ring and gave it everything they had for us, the fans. Shawn and Rick, thank you for what you did that match. It had every element of wrestling in there. And to me, that's a top 10 match in the history of my life. Not number 1, but definitely in the top 10.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, number 1's a tough number. Mike, what about you?
I thought it was amazing. You felt so much emotions going through. You were happy for him because it was a great match. You're sad because it was his last match. So, and with his family being there, just him crying when Shawn leaned down and whispered in his ear, very emotional. Just everything going through it all at the same time.
Adam?
I mean, just like Paul Waters said, it is the end of an era. But at the same time, I think Ashley will start in a little bit after this, a few years after this. He could actually start her legacy. So we have the end of one legacy, but not too much further down the road, we have the beginning of a new legacy.
Keep in mind, Reed was starting up.
Yeah, Reed was there.
Sure.
I was so, it was awesome seeing Reed. Match.
Devin,
You know what was cool, Pond Water? Again, we're going here and there.
That's all right.
Reed's wrestling coach was staying at the Embassy Suites, and we went down and we had breakfast with the guy. He told us all about it. Great guy. So he was at Ric Flair's last match too.
Devin, you're last because I want to ask you something specific. James?
Well, it's kind of one of those moments where I believe if you play like the finishing thing of that match and you see Rick's family, and even if you're not a wrestling fan, like it's hard to have a dry eye watching that. Because I was thinking about that because I watched it earlier today, and I was like, man, you could show this to like maybe like the last like 4 minutes of the match to a complete non-wrestling fan, and be like and then you see the family and everything, like you're leaking. I mean, it is what it is. I thought it was really cool, awesomely emotional. I was actually watching this one. This was when I didn't watch wrestling, but I went to a WrestleMania party. We were watching this, and I just remember like, I'm sorry, I love you. And you can just say that to any wrestling fan, and they know exactly what the fuck it means. And it'll probably generate an emotion out of them, you know? So I think it was a big, like huge moment. Seeing the family crying, Reed there, and you know, we all know what happened with that. Like, it's pretty fucking, it's really surreal to see, especially with Ashley, just like, man, you have no idea that she's about to become like the bitch, you know? Like, it's cool to see.
Maybe Megan should have grabbed Shawn Michaels like she did Karen Jarrett. Maybe we would have had a different result. Megan can scrap.
Megan's a badass.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when Shawn talks about how he told Rick, he says, hey, I'll call a match. You let me handle everything. That just shows the respect that Shawn Michaels has for Ric Flair. Just, hey man, you take the night off. I've got everything handled. Just shows the respect he has for Flair.
Devin, you're 11 years old here, which makes Ric Flair 48 years older than you. What does the match mean to you? But what do retirement matches mean to you?
So, all right, I'm gonna take this into two parts, like you asked. Back in 2008, I hated Ric Flair. Could not stand Ric Flair. I grew up the biggest Shawn Michaels fan ever. Ric Flair was Triple H's mentor. I did not want Ric Flair to win a single match and was happy when he lost this to Shawn Michaels.
Heel turn.
Now, as an adult, I love Ric Flair. I could watch.
Pre-adult, but okay.
I'm 24 years old. I
He
pay
was
bills.
11 here. I get it. He was 11. I get it. Go ahead.
But all right, so now I ultimately respect Ric Flair. I've went back. I've seen this retirement match. I've seen like his final, the loser leaves Raw match versus Mr. Perfect. I think that was another great final match. I think Ric Flair's, like you said earlier, 1A or 1B.
1A.
Yeah, right. I was about to scold your ass on that one.
I don't know.
You can say what you want to about Ric Flair. He flew the world. He did 60-minute matches. He didn't miss bookings. He partied like a rock star, then showed up the next day and did it again. I want you to find 10 people in this world that could do it like he did it.
Partied like a rock star.
So, and I wanted to say, like, I think they were two of the best like heat generators too. Like you hear Rick back in the day, you know, especially watching some of those promos and stuff, like the crowd genuinely fucking wanted to kill them. You know, Arn talks about like, you know, almost getting stabbed and shit like that. Like you have to really watch it walking through the barricades. Like that was real heat. And then Shawn, I mean, he was on a run there in the late 90s, fucking shitting on everything. We all know that one night only UK pay-per-view. I mean, that's real heat there too. So I think they were two of the best, like, genuine heat motherfuckers. And if you look,
I think they actually hated Shawn Michaels back then. No, I think they really did.
I hated him growing up as a kid. I wanted him to lose every fucking match. I hated him. Now I love that theme. I think it's badass. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, here comes heel, you know. But I mean, look at MJF. A lot of them compare him to those two other guys because heat generators. Like so, but I think Rick and Shawn are two of the all-time heat generators that you can really fuck with.
Rick talked 16-year-old me into the building. I mean, I saw him on TV, and I was like, who is this guy? And I wanted to see him get his ass whooped.
Right.
I mean, it took me a couple years to realize I wasn't going to see. I mean, it took me a while to realize I wasn't going to see Kerry Von Erich or David Von Erich or Kevin Von Erich. I was going to see him. I was going to see Ric Flair. Ric Flair was talking me into the building.
Well, let me ask you something, because now forget this episode. We're not doing anything like we said. All right, I have a question. Did that cost Ric Flair money that he was never really a babyface for so long? Did it cost him money?
No, there wasn't merch.
But what about Hulk Hogan? Why wasn't he Hulk Hogan? Why couldn't he be Hulk Hogan? Why did Hulk Hogan make that much money?
Because of Vince?
Yeah, I think licensing rights happened with that.
Because Rick talks about it, that he made about a fraction of what the guy made. But when you talk about the top 5 best wrestlers ever, he's in every conversation. But yet he didn't make the kind of money that Hulk Hogan made. I just wonder what you thought of that, Dave.
Well, it's because Hulk Hogan was character. You put him on a lunchbox. I mean, they rode the wave in. Cartoons. I mean, Hulkamania. He wasn't out there giving you 5-star matches.
He was America's hero.
But he had his template.
But Ric Flair,
And they had a monster factory they were feeding him.
But Ric Flair has so much personality. It just surprises me sometimes. You know, I know he
He was
doesn't have
America's
the body,
bad guy, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, back then, you're not buying, like, Master Splinter fucking T-shirts. You're buying the
I wanted my
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Skeletor.
No, I mean,
You're not buying Casey Jones. You're buying the Ninja Turtles.
Gotcha.
Ric Flair was he was a wrestler. He wasn't an entertainer. I mean,
Right.
he entertained you with what he did in the ring and the promos. But I think what it boils down to is that Vince McMahon's not a fan of that style of wrestling.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not a fan of wrestling, right?
And what he did, my brother was into it. It lost me because I was a wrestling fan. I liked Ric Flair. I liked Dusty Rhodes. I liked all that. I was a little too old to buy into Hulkamania and the Rock and Wrestling Connection and the cartoons, and it became silly to me. While that was silly wrestling, this was, I mean, Vince was taking wrestlers. He took the Bushwhackers, who were the most vicious tag team. I saw them in a barbed wire match with the Fantastics. It was bloody. It was brutal. They were vicious. I remember the Sheepherders when they were they were the Bushwhackers. The Sheepherders became the Bushwhackers. I remember when I got cable in Southwest Championship Wrestling on USA that they were vicious. And then he neutered them, and they're in the woods going, and with Mean Gene on Safari. And to me, that was silly. But, man, what Ric Flair was doing was real, and I felt it. So, I mean, that's...
Whose
to
favorite
me-
wrestler are the Sheepherders? Somebody, who is the Bushwhackers? Whose favorite is that? Who I heard this
Mine.
from Conrad said it on an episode.
He was a kid.
Yeah.
Conrad was a kid. Conrad's younger than my brother.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
I get it.
sure.
Then that came in, and he liked the Ultimate Warrior. And, I mean, to me, I saw the Dingo Warrior become the Ultimate Warrior. I saw Ted DiBiase from going to badass with a loaded glove to the $1 Million Man. That's why I was into Hulk Hogan in the AWA. I was into Hulk Hogan when he beat the Iron Sheik. And then it just became completely different to what I liked.
So you weren't a fan of the Goon or Duke the Dumpster Drosy?
I've got the Goons action figure right here. Just I can see it. But if that wasn't Wild Bill Irwin, I wouldn't have bought it. He'll always be Wild Bill Irwin to me.
That's a damn good answer, brother.
Casio Kid's favorite wrestlers were the Sheepherders, but not
Yes.
the Sheepherders. Yeah,
Bushwhackers.
that's what I heard. I just
Here's
looked.
another
I-
Starrcast story for you to kind of prove Pondwater's point. A guy about the same age as Devin. I'm working Tully Blanchard's table, the meet and greet. And he goes, hey, Tully, I watched the 7-match series with Magnum TA. And man, when you gave up in that in that last match, boy, that was a hell of a match. And Tully stopped right there. And he stood up and stared the guy. I don't think he was playing. He goes, I never said I quit. And he handed the guy his thing and he walked off. That's how real it was to them.
I've got an autograph from him where he put on there, I never said it.
Nice.
Hey,
Which
James.
that holds up as the greatest cage match of all time, in my opinion.
Damn good one.
Hey,
I
James.
believe Magnum was going to take his eye with that broken chair.
Right.
Right. And you didn't get that in WWE.
Oh no.
You didn't get that. And that's what the big difference was. You know, yeah, they had the glitz and glamour, they had the money, but to us, the fans, those were the guys. Those were the guys. The tables that we had at Starrcast, they had those kind of gaga guys. I mean, the Godfather was there. He didn't have the line that Tully had or the Four Horsemen had. It just shows the dogs.
But
So
yeah,
what, to stop talking.
no, it just
The
shows
dogs coming?
that real shit, man. My dad's a WCW fan, and I remember growing up because I was a Hulkamaniac, and he was like, "Well, you watch that, blah, blah, blah," you know. But he was watching WCW and all that. I definitely remember that. You watch that Hulk Hogan shit.
Well,
I did too. I did too.
Oh, for sure.
WCW started running me off with the videos about Sting and the flying up into the mountains in the helicopter and blowing up boats and
Right.
Dave, you know what my favorite WrestleMania moment is? You're gonna laugh your ass off. It was Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy in the cage. I was a kid and I loved it. I mean, I didn't care what was going on in there.
That was WrestleMania 2, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a monster, and he was overcoming this monster, and he escaped the cage, which I know, guys, I get it. No escaping the cage, but he did. I didn't know any better. I was 10. I think it was 80, 86. It was
King
a moment.
Kong Bundy. They left King Kong Bundy pretty pure to who he was. You know, King Kong Bundy came from world class.
Yeah, I loved him. I mean, I
And
thought he was
his character with the 5 count and everything, they kind of kept
Yeah,
Bundy
that was
intact.
badass. It was badass, that 5 count. I love that 5 count.
Oh, that was the greatest.
Now we're
Anyway,
talking about
Jay-
how good wrestling was back then. You tell me 5 men in this world that could beat Harley Race, straight up for real.
Well, here's one right here. You know, that's what I'm saying.
Shit.
I said beat him, not beat him. Beat him.
James, I've said it 3 times now, and I don't know what to do. So
Is that,
wherever,
I think
wherever you want to go in this outline's fine with me. Whatever you want to drop out is fine with me. I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you this much, and here's a quote by Lawler in this match. Well, Flair certainly took exception to that old reference yeller that Shawn Michaels made earlier. Old reference yeller. And so, you know, kind of mixed up quote there, kind of like this mixed up episode. Brad's outlines all over the place.
Hard subject to change.
But here it is. The showstopper may have just stopped his own show. And that was the quote after the flip onto the table, which is still painful. I don't know why they replayed it so much. But that being said, we'll move on to Devin. You know, how you doing, bro? What you got?
Not too much. Actually, I want to give a shout out to our artist JD Hoop. He
Yeah.
at SummerSlam, he recently designed the attires for the Street Profits, and he helped put together their Titantron package and stuff like that. And I think he did phenomenally well.
Yep.
And he made the poster for Ric Flair's last match.
Incredible
That was the
poster.
hottest seller.
That is cool.
That was the hottest seller.
Yeah, so just shout out to JD Hoop.
Just a reminder, he did our logo and our intro, and I mean, it's just badass. We love the guy, and we wish him all the best. So thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Talent on loan. Talent on loan from God Himself.
He's
Just
a
a hell
mad
of a nice
scientist.
guy.
He really
Hell of a
is.
nice guy. No, just a hell of a nice guy. Very accommodating to us. We really appreciate him, and we wish him all the best, and we'll put him over every chance we get.
Oh, yeah.
So thank
He
you.
made
Devin,
us
for-
professional.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did.
I hope he charged. I hope he charged the Street Profits more than he charged us.
I hope so too, because honestly, he ain't living on what he charged us. So
Yeah,
we really
for
appreciate
real.
him, for sure. I mean, he charges so little, I didn't even tell you guys really. That's what it was.
I've got a couple pieces here that he did for Jay-Z Flair show, and he made a magazine. I've got it where I can reach it.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
Guys, you
That's
got to
really
watch
cool.
this YouTube. Watch this YouTube if you haven't. There's a lot of good shit on this YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
He's incredible.
What's we're talking about Ric Flair. if you can grab it or maybe point to it, what is your number one piece of Ric Flair memorabilia before Sunday or before the weekend? I know.
He hasn't taken that shirt off.
What would be your number one piece of memorabilia from Rick?
Say it's my autographed NWA World Belt.
Cool.
Nice.
I mean, that's synonymous with him to me. I've got so much Rick stuff, but
You got so
That would
much
be it.
stuff. It's unreal. I love it.
Right.
I mean, I've got a picture of him in his retirement robe at WrestleMania. The WWE put out this big picture of him, and I got him to autograph it years ago. I've got it hanging on the wall over there. But, yeah, it's that NWA belt, but this will forever be it.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Nice.
Woo!
Loved it. I loved it.
It's gonna get an incredibly nice frame.
Right.
As it should.
I mean, is nobody curious? You know, like when a guy wins his first championship belt, so they take it back to the hotel with their lady. Is that kind of like the same thing with the referee shirt?
Nah.
Just curious. I was asking for a friend.
Well, Rosie, do you have a movie time you want to jot down?
Well, I was just gonna say, in 2008, I was gonna do Semi-Pro, but
Yeah, fuck yeah.
great movie in 2008, The Tropics, and the television show that premiered in 2008 in Ric Flair's last match was Sons of Anarchy. So not only did we have a great movie, but we also had a great television series. 2008 was a special time for entertainment.
Love me sexy.
Get the funk out of my face. Get the funk
Funk
out of my
out
face.
my face. That movie's tremendous. I like it better. I like it better than the light skating one. I like it better than Talladega Nights. I think it's better than the 3. And
Ooh,
that's
you're
not a
making
popular
bold statements there, Brad.
It is, but I love that movie. I love that movie.
Make some real bold statements.
Yeah, I am. I'm saying
Defame
some shit.
Talladega
I'm saying
Nights
some
like that.
shit.
You can talk big behind a computer screen there, boy.
Right?
Who you calling boy?
Here we go. Wrestling Showcase, September,
Yep.
whatever. We got the referee here. We got the sides forming. Like, we got some match brewing.
Here's another Ric Flair last match moment. Super Dave came out for the Battle Royal. It was the first match he did. He's over there by Denovius and Jarrett and everybody. And I'm just staring over there, just so happy for him. And they're trying their best to pop him. And then all of a sudden, Dave, he couldn't hold it in. He put this big old cheesy smile on. And then you can see him go. But just for like a split second, he sold it. And then he went back to normal. I mean, those were the little things that you guys didn't catch on TV. But, everybody was excited for him. You remember that moment?
I do.
Yeah, I thought I saw that.
I can't remember what they said that got me, but they did. The last thing the world referee wants is to get a chant.
Right.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
takes
Oh,
us,
man. We ape shit when you ran out, though.
which takes us to Ric Flair's last match. Let's talk about it because that's.
So we're gonna pivot, right where we said, right, Coach. We talked about we were gonna talk about. Sorry, Devin.
Basketball term.
I know you were really excited about this match, but we're gonna pivot from the 2008 match or 2011 match between him and Sting, because honestly, it wasn't even really. We didn't know it was gonna be his last match, right?
No, that match was it was
Garbage.
technically supposed to be Sting's last match if he lost to Ric Flair.
But it
And
was
then-
never announced it was Rick's last
I
match,
have
right?
4
Just an
lines about
empty.
that match.
Correct.
Trash.
Sting
I
won. Flair was on the next few weeks' Impacts, still in backstage promos and stuff, and
Too much
I
crap
have
going
no
on.
idea why he never wrestled again for them.
I just had one question from that match, and we can move on. By the way, Ric Flair loses. One question from that match, Coach. Who did you know in the front row in this one?
Well, as a matter of fact, I met the guy that was in the front row at that match in Nashville. He was at Ric Flair's last match. he was actually sitting next to us. He said, I was at the Sting Ric Flair match at the Flair grounds, the TNA. So, yeah, hell of a guy. And he was in the front row again at Ric Flair's last match in this municipal auditorium.
Anyway, Rick didn't even look happy to be in this match. He looked absolutely miserable through the whole thing. The chops weren't good. The moves weren't good. It wasn't his night. He wasn't into it. Let's just say that. I'm not saying he wasn't done being a performer. He just wasn't into that night. So,
too many interferences and just too much going on.
Yeah. My my notes. Crowd is dead and match isn't good. And then when Hogan comes out, pretty much everybody pays attention to Hogan.
Errol Hebner, Jeremy Borash, Sting, Joker, Mike, what did you think of this? Low blow, trading chops. Yeah, shit like that.
I did like the Joker Sting.
Yeah, well, I'll give you
The
that.
insane icon. To hear him referred to as the insane icon, because I didn't watch TNA or anything. I was like, man, that's kind of weird. And then he's painted like the Joker, which I knew of the character, but I wasn't watching. But
my show notes, I done tossed him. Never mind.
There it is.
One thing I'll say for sure, though, is Sting was into it.
Yeah.
Sting looked good in this match.
But Rick was not. So anyway, let's talk. All right, so let's talk about Ric Flair's last match for real. I am not going to narrate this because I wasn't there. So Dave, just if you could just, as the referee in that match, if you could just take it away.
Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, all I saw was, I mean, just I saw it on a little bitty screen like this, no bigger than that. I loved seeing him do his strut. I loved seeing him do his chops. I love when he did he faked the heart attack and drew him in and bam, dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah,
that to me, that was one of my favorite moments. But this was not, I mean, it was Ric Flair's last match, but this was Jeff Jarrett showing how great Jeff Jarrett is.
Oh, God.
Great. Awesome.
I mean, I told the group earlier today that after what I witnessed in Nashville this last weekend, that I'm not sure that I'm not putting Jeff Jarrett on my Mount Rushmore.
I agree.
And that's not for everything that you see in front of the camera. I'm talking about
exactly
the things I witnessed behind it that I'm not going to go into. If we're ever together, I might elaborate, but just trust me.
And in real life,
the man is a genius.
Guys you'll ever talk to.
The man is a genius. And he's a heck of a performer. He's better at 55 years old than he was 20 years ago.
I think he could do one more run.
I think he could
He
too.
looked like it.
Shit, I mean that when he was coming out to Johnny Cash and all that stuff here recently with GCW and all that, I thought he was going to do that. I thought he was going to do that like a year and a half or something.
He's in such amazing shape now, man.
But WWE doesn't book heat.
Boom.
They might now.
They'd kill him if they tried to make him a babyface. But if they were willing to let him go and book heat, he's the guy. Who would you put him against? Who would you put him against?
You can put him with a lot of people.
Anybody you wanted to build, it doesn't matter.
I mean, who?
Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes.
Seth Rollins, yes.
Roman Reigns.
Seth don't need it.
Yeah, but you need
it. Put him against Theory.
You,
Put him against these guys.
you're going to make Theory
Priest, like Damian Priest.
Riddle.
I would like to see Jarrett as like a leader for Theory. Show Theory the ropes.
Seth Rollins don't need it. Cody don't need it.
Well, I don't know. Put Theory with him and have a turn. Because I think you can make Theory. I think Theory could eventually be one of the biggest baby faces in the company. I think Theory's really good.
Theory's amazing.
You could always have him make a female wrestler. He's done that before.
Yeah, that
time or two.
Well, WWE's not going to do intergender. But
what if Charlotte wanted retribution?
I was fixing to say that.
Oh,
but I'm saying, I was teeing it up.
There's several wrestlers. Several wrestlers I'd like to see Charlotte go against. I would be okay with an intergender match. Because I was thinking Charlotte, she ain't got to win them. But Charlotte and Randy Orton. But Charlotte and Jeff Jarrett.
A lot of money for that one.
Charlotte and Jeff Jarrett would be money.
Good money.
That'd be good.
especially
But-
at a SummerSlam, you know, or maybe a Survivor Series this year. Because what is Roman going to fight himself? I mean, you're going to need some main event.
Yeah.
I thought The Rock was going to come out at SummerSlam, but nah. Guess that's not happening. They would have built that by now.
I'll speak it into existence right now. Double J, if you're watching, WrestleMania in LA, we'd love to see you in the ring. You know, you still got it, Double J. You know, Ric Flair was obviously the person we came for, but what you did Sunday night made that special. Without you, it might not have been the match that we saw that night. Thank you, Double J.
Don't count out Jay Lethal, though. Jay Lethal is a stud.
Oh, yes.
Jay Lethal is an amazing worker, competitor, amazing guy. So underrated. I mean, I know he got big in Ring of Honor, but he deserves to be pushed to the moon and back. Such an amazing competitor.
And he had a good win over Orange Cassidy last
Yeah.
night, too.
Saw
So,
that.
Phenomenal.
Surprised me.
but I'm telling you about Jeff Jarrett. There's often joked about and said that he's like a cockroach. You can't get rid of him. That he just keeps coming back, and he's in there. He can always attach himself to something. The reason that he still has a job in wrestling because he's that damn good. He's that damn good at what he does.
He's another heat generator too. Because I mean, you saw the stuff he did for the Rick match. You know, if he gets on a roll, cutting shit and being the heel, like I think he's still got it too. Because I was ready for Rick to beat his ass, and he's kind of had a little, the parking lot incident, neither here nor there. But with
Believable heel.
with
Believable
the episodes of his My World thing, I want to see Rick beat him up. You know,
Damn right.
He's so believable, and that's the best part about him. He suspends your belief.
And
Just think
Karen
about
was phenomenal. Karen was great too.
yeah.
You know,
Yes.
Karen and Megan and Conrad, I wouldn't have predicted that whole angle at all.
Oh God, no.
That was great storytelling, bringing that whole thing in.
Yeah, I
I'll
loved
fucking
it.
kill you, bitch. The camera caught that good when they're pulling Karen away. I'll fucking kill you, bitch.
I loved. Did you see Jeff? Jeff knocked shit out of Wendy.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, then
And he got the
Kyoto
shit out of Denovius.
was struggling with the two women there, and that actually allowed Jeff Jarrett to get some color on Ric Flair with the high heel.
Boom.
Mhm.
It got him twice, I think.
Can I ask which one of you assholes gave my number to Blue Chew? Because I'm getting these texts nonstop. Is your shaft failing you? Make yours bigger at no cost.
Now it's coming to light.
Now I
You
just got
drunk on tequila.
I just got
couldn't
this
get it
one a
up.
minute ago.
Got
If you
pissed.
take off your pants and are mad, then don't do it anymore. What the hell is going on here? I'm getting these texts
We are
hourly.
not
Hourly,
okay, now Brad's
Jay.
doing the sponsor
And I
game.
blame
That's
Jay.
hilarious.
But just for a public service announcement, kids, if you're gonna use drugs recreationally, use Blue Chew.
Put your phone down when you
And
That's
wrap
right.
up.
Man, I'm getting these texts hourly. I get it. All right, I got it. I need
That's
it.
how Brad's blaming us like we did.
Yeah, for real.
It's either you or my wife. It's one of you.
So here's
sick
the
or my
thing.
wife.
We got the,
I
we got
wish
the
I-
Pepsi
I'll be honest
Nitro.
with you, I wish I would have thought of it. 'Cause if I
Hey,
would've
Deb
thought
and I
about
are
it,
friends
would've
on
done it.
Facebook. How you know she didn't contact me and then I set it up.
Does
Yeah, I
your wife
heard about
listen
all
to
that.
Corey?
You guys are Facebook friends now. My wife
That
and
is
Coach are
great.
Facebook
I
friends.
wish I would have thought of it.
Oh, geez.
Does your wife listen to Corey Forster's podcast?
She don't listen to even my podcast.
Well, I'm just saying because maybe she wanted to get her a new wiener. Corey
Is
does
that-
one.
is that your
He always
item?
says. He always says in his Blue Chew commercial, his wife goes, "Where'd that come from? That's not your wiener."
That's freaking
Oh.
Honest question. Have you guys ever tried that stuff?
Blue Chew, no. Viagra, yes.
I bought Blue Chew off one of the subscriptions. I used Conrad's promo code. I just let it expire. Never even tried it.
That's a
Fucking
waste. That's a waste of good
24. What do
blue.
you need Blue Chew for?
What the
That's
hell?
what
do you
I
need
thought.
Blue Chew
Give yourself a fucking
24
heart
years
attack
old?
taking it that young.
All
That's
you
why
gotta
they
do
want
is
to
I was
start.
all like my heart's going like this. By the way, I'm like, oh, yeah, great time.
Y'all broke Mike. Look, y'all busted Mike.
Uh. I'm done.
Back in the
She
back in the
said.
day, back in the day, I asked my doctor for a sample of Viagra, and he said, "Do you need it?" And I said, "Well, I've been married to this woman for a lot. Not my current wife." My ex, I said, Doc, I've been married to her for a while. Sometimes, I mean, I mean something.
He said,
But,
"Business is allowed to pick up, right?"
But it made me sick. It made me sick to my stomach, and
Yeah, same with me. It was
then
not
I
good.
listened to all that about Blue Chew, and I tried it one time because they were giving samples out at Starrcast. I tried it. It made me sick to my stomach.
Brad, there's no sense of you taking it if you finish before it kicks in.
That's the thing. I need to be hornier. I can't get any hornier. So what are we even talking about?
So
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry to bust up the
Well,
match,
we
guys.
found Brad's sponsorship deal. We got Devin's got us some Pepsi Nitro.
Nitro.
Adam's got old Bucky's. Brad's now reaching a different demographic with the Blue Chew.
Yeah, that's great.
Here's a question for Dave.
no, I don't need it.
No. I'm getting off of that. As Dave stated earlier, Road Dogg in his podcast this week kind of gave a great behind the scenes of the production that he was the executive producer of the show. You got to see it firsthand. How is Road Dogg as an executive producer?
Wonderful. He was in my ear, okay. Let me be honest with y'all. I've used the earpiece one time in my, maybe twice. Well, maybe 2 or 3 times I've had to wear earpiece. It distracted me in the ring. I felt like, because I'm listening, and some things got, my attention was, I wasn't prepared to, I do house show style matches. TV's a different animal. I learned a whole lot, and I'm going to get better at it, and I'm going to get with professionals that I'm going to get some more training to know more about working TV style. But that being said, I got Road Dogg in my ear, and it was so great. I mean, and he was, nothing upset him. Everything, I mean, he wasn't yelling in your ear. You're getting what you needed from him. It all went so smooth, and we timed the show out. When somebody was getting, if it looked like somebody was hurt, hey, let's check on them. Ref, are they okay? They're already calling for medics just in case. That kind of attention to the safety of everybody. The production meeting, he told us what we needed, talked to us like we were people. There wasn't it was an incredible thing to be a part of. And
it's different
I've got
when
so
they
much
talk to
respect
you
for Road
compared to
Dogg.
talking at you, don't they?
What's that?
Whenever they talk to you compared to talking at you, it's
Yes.
a whole different thing.
God damn it, Dave. God damn it. God damn it. Is fucking Vince McMahon the whole thing?
I didn't mean to cut you off, brother. I'm sorry.
No, but Scott Armstrong was very helpful. You had Dr. Tom back there that was very, it was just incredible. Those 3 right there. And then, just the enormity of the production crew. It just was quite an experience. It's the most professional thing I've ever been a part of.
I actually watched the credits because I wanted to see if I recognized any names. And I was like, man, they got some shit going on right here. I saw, obviously recognized, Brian James for sure. But I was like, okay, this wasn't like you. And of course, the Impact, I think it was the Impact announcer, because, they brought in the guest ones. I think it was him. He mentioned it like, hey, this is our production equipment. This is our ring or whatever. So, they had the good. It's not like they had to just bring in contract fucking cameras and stuff. So it's
Scott
cool that they
D'Amore was
use
backstage, wasn't he, Dave?
Who?
Scott D'Amore.
Yes, he was. Yes, he
Thought I
was.
saw him.
Well, he actually went out and did commentary with Tony.
Yep.
See, where I was sitting, I was at my angle. I couldn't see who was with Tony and them, so I didn't know Hennepin was out there. I can't remember who come out, but all I saw was Mr. Crockett and Tony. So I had no idea any of them guys. I just happened to see Scott kind of come around the side one time, But if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have even known he was there.
So
There was
Dave, you're
a lot of people backstage.
you're getting TV ready. You're working on shows with Scott D'Amore. How long until we see you in Impact Wrestling?
That's not realistic.
Hey, just lost the referee, you know.
I heard they have an opening.
I would love to, but I've got
You know
a
a
day
guy.
job. I've got a day job. I'm 56 years old. My job comes with a pension. It's not something that I could give up as bad as I'd like to. I don't think I can make enough. I don't think I can make enough money being a wrestling referee at my age. I've been telling everybody about my experience that I'm a minor leaguer that got called up to the majors. I batted 118 and hit a home run.
Hey, man. Hell
You
yeah.
hit a home
think
run
I-
indeed.
I don't think they got my best work the other night. Now I will say I watched the Von Erich match, the Von Erichs and Briscoes, and it didn't look as bad as I felt like. Not the match, my participation in it. It didn't look as bad to me as I felt like it was when I was in there. I mean, I was letting some stuff slide, but again, I was honestly distracted by my earpiece, trying to play in front of the hard camera. Those were the things that were going on, and I'm always going to be my worst critic. I think I got to the ring too quick at the end, but they say I didn't. I locked up I came out of the tunnel and kind of stopped and started. It was, but I mean, it was a great experience, and I'm really looking forward to I'm hoping I'm having the opportunity to do that again. I do have an opportunity that I'll know by Monday if I'm going to be able to accept or not. That'll be a pretty big deal.
Nice.
Awesome.
There's some doors that have been open to me. I've had the best week ever,
That's what I'm talking about, man.
but referees don't normally get their roses, so I'm enjoying my 15 minutes. I'll tell you that.
Well, in the Briscoe match, and obviously the last count, one thing I love about you, Dave, is your counts are firm and strong, and you can tell right away that this is like you really get into your count. You sell it. I mean,
Thank you.
Yeah, you really sell it, and facial expressions too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're not really I like how you were just like stoic in it. You're not like, because there's some people who get criticized of, putting their face and themselves in positions to be on camera, like crazy looking and stuff. And you're not.
She's the best they got.
That is true. But you didn't.
She likes that
cartoon it.
camera. She does like that camera.
Well, I mean, if you're over, you're over. Like, it is what it is.
I mean,
When the crowd chants Aubrey, you kind of are. I mean, you're not supposed
I'm
to.
not
get
shitting
into
on
it.
Aubrey. I mean,
Yeah.
she's got great facials, but she knows where that camera's at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
like how
did
you,
not. I did not
like
know
you
where that
were under
camera
the
was
ring.
at.
Right.
But I do think, I mean, if you're stoic, I mean, sell what's going on around you. Man, damn, that chop hurt.
Yeah.
That looks like that hurt.
But I mean, it looked like you were in control. Like you had you were the authoritative figure or whatever.
Yes.
Like you weren't. It wasn't below you. Like they weren't controlling you. You were like, I am the referee. Like that. You commanded the respect, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dug it.
And you helped me get over at work because the security guards at my school, they were all watching it, and they saw me. But then when I got to work on Monday, I showed them the picture of you and me. When we took the picture at back in the back, they said, "Oh my God, the referee." So thanks a lot, pal.
I appreciate it. Like I said, as referees, Kyoto said the other night when he came in and they said, we were glad to see that you were going to be the referee. He said, I don't sell tickets, I comp them.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming to see the referee.
Did he say anything to you? Like, because he was the ref in that match and like you got the final count. Did he say anything like, well, I mean, you don't have to go into detail or nothing, but did he mention like, hey, it's us, like we're the ones?
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool. I mean, when we went through the match and set it up, I mean, and he found out what was going to happen. I mean, He was excited to be a part of it.
He didn't pity you at all or envy you? Like, I wanted to do that.
No. There was none of that. There was none of that. Everybody was real supportive.
The whole weekend was a love fest.
And I kayfabed. I wouldn't tell anybody. Nothing. So the other refs, they didn't know until, I mean, it was close to time when somebody said, I need that earpiece. I said, I'm going to need it. I mean,
Man.
I loved it.
It was quite an experience. Quite the experience.
And the belt, man, I saw you trying to give him the belt at the end too. They had that on camera.
Yeah.
Right.
I tried.
The fact that he was wearing the belt was really cool too.
Yeah. I mean, there's a really good picture. I saw a really good picture of me holding it out to him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not lost on me that that's the big gold belt.
Right.
This is one of those moments in your life that you're going to think of literally every single day for the rest of your life.
Probably.
You counted Ric Flair's last ever pinfall.
Trust me, whenever somebody says, "Hey, who's the biggest star you ever refereed for?" Ric Flair.
Right.
That's right.
What's your favorite moment? You might as well ask me my second one because it's Ric Flair. I mean, how do you top it?
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can.
I really don't think you can.
I mean,
What was a legendary match?
I've never been in front of 9,000 people before. Probably never be in front of 9,000 people again.
So that was your biggest ever crowd?
Oh yeah, multiplied. I think the biggest one I've had before was probably between 1,000 and 1,500.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I refereed an NWA show in Tyler, Texas at the Oil Palace. Blue Demon was the NWA champion at the time. And there are probably a little over 1,000 people there. 1,500 max.
I love it.
I did a NWA Texas Heavyweight Championship match.
You ever do a Western States Heritage match?
I know. Did North American. I've done a couple of North Americans. I did North American when Mike DiBiase was the champion. I did North Americans when Tim Storm was the champion.
Nice.
I love it.
That's
And
awesome.
it's you took advantage of the opportunities because I mean, not only do you get the opportunities, sometimes you have to open that door and step in yourself. Like, you can only be presented so much, and you fucking took hold of the moment and fucking killed it. Like, that's what I like about it all. You know, you can be presented whatever. It's up to you to do it, and you fucking crushed it.
Well, what overwhelmed me was Conrad's confidence in me. That he had that kind of confidence in me, because you know that decision didn't come without some kind of pushback.
Oh yeah, oh, you're gonna put your boy over. Oh, your boy, you're gonna come in. You know, yeah.
I mean, it's that, and he had the kindness that he shows me, because we're genuinely friends, and I love him. But for him to put me in that position, and him to put that much confidence on me, to trust me with something that big, that's what overwhelmed me. The job didn't overwhelm me. I mean, it's a cool moment. It's a cool moment, but if I'm being honest, it was that show of faith that is the coolest part about the whole thing.
Devin, did you just burp?
Yeah, I tried to push mute, and then I did not push mute, and I missed it.
That
Why
was so
fart and
loud.
waste it
Look,
when you
Dave's
can
trying
burp
to
and taste
tell us about the greatest moments of his life here, and you're freaking culture
I'm
there.
so sorry. I did not.
Are you? What is it?
On a
Non-nitro
fucking
Pepsi?
Aren't you
I was
drinking like a
trying to
Mike's
hit
Hard
you.
Lemonade too? Like,
What is it? What do we have? We actually have carbonated Pepsi over there. What the fuck? Dude?
It's just freaking Mike's Hard. It's
I know
It's
Mike's
wine
hard, but what does that have
cooler.
to do with your drink?
You know why Mark's hard? Blue Chew.
there it is.
That's right.
Speaking of Blue Chews and all that stuff, Brad, I think it's
Let's just fucking do it,
it's
right?
the Hall of Fame. Fucking everybody wants it. So
Dave,
let's
you
get
are
to
you
it.
are participating. I don't know if you've listened to our show before, but we are big FMK people here,
It's
and we don't
over.
just do the ladies. Okay, so
Okay.
we need reasons why as well.
All right.
All right. So this is courtesy of Mr. Randy El Corai. Now, for those of you who don't know who that is James' father.
That's Daddy.
Oh yeah. Who
So-
we will all see in Chicago except for Devin, who hates us.
So FMK, and this is the Asian version, Mr. El Corai. So I can't call you that, Randy. This is the Asian version.
Can you please say it like that every time you say it too?
He's got Asuka, Kari Sane. Did I say that right?
Kyrie.
Kyrie. I meant Kyrie. I knew it was right. And Io Shirai. That's not her name anymore, is it?
Yeah.
Nah.
Io
Sky.
Sky. But that's okay. We'll go with Io Shirai because back then it's what her name was. When I got this information, I don't know why I went off screen there. But anyway, so Devin, I know you know who these young ladies are. And as our young buck that can't wait to put it in his fiance, what do you got?
This one is
It is.
that was gross. This
You're gross.
this one's gonna be a little
Welcome back,
difficult.
Adam.
I mean, I don't know the personal lives of these three ladies or like what they're really interested in. I'm not huge like
That, who
followers,
cares?
so I'm just gonna
Answer the
have to
damn
personally
question.
go off looks here.
He
So,
knows the personal lives of everybody else we talked about. What is
Yeah,
this?
for real.
well, we've looked in depth and known parts.
We've
and
had
stuff,
characters in movies.
but- That's fair. All right, Asuka, she's nuts. I gotta kill her off the bat. She's just gone. I'm sorry. She's too crazy every entrance, and I bet she'd be nuts to try to keep up with. Io Shirai, she seems like the coolest down to earth one. I'm marrying her. Io Sky, you're right. I apologize. And then that leaves Kairi Sane. So I'm fucking Kairi Sane, I guess.
All right, Mike.
Well, I'm gonna marry Asuka because if she's a freak like that coming down the ring, she's gonna be a freak, and I might not even need Blue Chew. So, Sky and who was the other one? I know who you're talking about. I can't remember her name.
Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. Yeah.
All right. Kyo saying I'll get rid of her just because I don't know who she is. And Sky, she's good looking. So yeah, let's fuck her.
Well, good look is a good reason to fuck, right? And I heard she's Scottish.
Me
Hey-o.
too.
Hey-o.
That's a
All
callback.
All right, Josh Rosenbaum, Coach Rosie.
Well, I'm gonna have to kill that pirate. I couldn't trust a pirate. Kyrie saying that she's a pirate. You know, I'm worried that she'd steal from me and drink all my rum. So she's got to go. I'm going to F Asuka because I bet she makes some very unique sounds when she's getting pounded. You know, the way that she speaks sometimes, you know, you might get a show. I popped Super Dave. And
So much for having pond water back.
yeah. And last but not least, I'd marry Io Sky because there could be a chance that Bailey would come over.
Yeah, exactly like I always say. I got two women telling me I don't know what I'm doing. Adam, I know you're under the weather, but you're gonna have to you have to stick around and do this. All right, so let's just get it done.
I'm effing all three of them.
Oh boy.
Again, hey Amy, you don't get to do it, all right?
You didn't say when I had to do it.
Fuck those rules. All right, I love Amy, but yeah, those rules. She was off her rocker with that.
They made perfect sense though.
Yeah, it made perfect sense because everybody didn't want to yell at Amy. Go.
Would you?
No.
Exactly.
No. Plus her husband's 6'7".
She's the reason why I was able to meet Tennille Dashwood because she gave me the courage to go over there. And Adam O'Neill threw me over there.
By the way,
Yeah.
love that it's your profile pic on Facebook, by the way, like it's your girlfriend.
Oh, I said, look, the new guy at work, he's like, dude, your girlfriend's hot. And I'm like, what were you talking about?
Yeah. I knew
Oh,
that bullshit was
she
gonna
is
happen.
hot, ain't she? Yeah, she is. So, yeah, it was a good day. But I'm kind of with Coach, you know. I'm effing EO Sky because Then Dakota Kai comes over and Bailey comes over. And then just, hey, everybody's tagging, high fiving. I'd probably kill Asuka because she'd probably kill me if I didn't kill her first. And I'd just marry Kairi Sane because she seems like a sweetheart. I couldn't be mean to her.
Super Dave, what are we doing?
Getting canceled.
So much for that 15 minutes of fame. It's over now.
I was never.
Good night,
approved to
everybody.
begin with, so.
This is minute 16. Here we go.
All right. Well, I'm gonna make sweet love to Asuka. Because she's
I
closer.
don't think there's such thing as sweet love.
Because she's closer to my age. I'm gonna kill the pirate because I don't like it gimmick.
Grab your booty.
And I'll marry Sky.
Well
All right,
said.
James, go ahead and name your other people.
No, I'm gonna keep it in theme. This is my father's, so I gotta,
Here you go.
I'm definitely marrying Asuka. I think she's a hell of a wrestler. I love I think she's pretty sexy. I don't know, something about her gets me every time. So I'm definitely marrying Asuka so I can hopefully have sexual relations with her more often.
It's the outfit.
Hot. I love
Io,
Asuka. I'm ready for Asuka.
if right.
I'll
I'm
try
ready
to
for
be. I
another
can't
push
guarantee
from
it.
Asuka too. We need an Asuka Charlotte legit settlement to that bullshit that happened at the Mania. But I digress. Who am I? Marrying Asuka. I'm Io Sky is probably getting killed because I think little pirate chick is pretty sexy. But only sexy enough to have sex with and then be like, all right, here's your Uber money, please, you're done. Because that whole gimmick aspect does like trip me out. I don't like it. Yeah, and all that stuff. Don't really get it, but she is attractive to me. But I'm marrying Asuka because I feel like I could, I want to spend the rest of my life with Asuka.
That's nice, James.
Right.
I guess it's my turn, right? So, all right. There was a moment where Io Shirai was in NXT, and it was the War Games match where she decided she was going to be on the same team as the baby faces at the time. And she kind of came in and saved the day, and all four of them were on the ladder, okay? I don't remember the other three, but I remember her standing there, and she was kind of just posing in the right way where everything just looked really good, okay? So I am going to go ahead and marry her because I'm going to take care of that every chance I get. What's the problem, Adam? What?
It remind me, when it's over with, I have a picture of Io.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll remember.
Remind me.
All right, so but I just remember that moment, just like I remember some bad moments with some other women, like the woman from the girl from American Beauty, that I didn't want any part of her because of that movie. But I remember this moment in the War Games, like getting ready for War Games, and I was like, yeah, I'm in. Now Asuka, on the other hand, I am gonna go ahead and fuck Asuka because just for the entrance alone. But that entrance has to happen at the house. So she's got to kick down the door. She's got to have the mask, and she's got to just go all in on me. And then we're just gonna tear it up for the best 3.5 minutes of her life. Because I'm gonna
goes
go
all in on you.
go twice. I promise you, twice.
Most of that time will be heard disrobing also.
Yes, at least 3 minutes of it, and then twice for me. So, and then
He goes all in on me.
and nothing against Sane, nothing against Kairi Sane. It's just I prefer the other two, but I like it. So now, Dave, we go to the gentleman.
Wait a minute. Which one was one of these ladies the one that put the trash can over her head and like
That was
dozed off?
Io. Io did that.
I'll be damned.
Nothing like
Another reason she's out. She
I'm
put herself in the trash.
I'm picturing her on that ladder posing. I'm in.
Oh,
So,
you just wait.
so all right, we got the gentleman now. The gentleman, I know, and I know that Devin is excited for the gentleman. So
Oh boy.
we have Shinsuke Nakamura, Tajiri, and newly signed Impact wrestler Kushida. Devin, what do you got?
All right, so Shinsuke, Kushida, and who was the third?
Kushida, Tajiri, Shinsuke Nakamura.
To Jerry. All right, I'm marrying to Jerry. He's funny as hell. I'm gonna laugh for the next 20 years with him, and then I'll have 50 left. But
Atta boy.
So, I'm married to Jerry because it'll be hysterical. Shinsuke's got to go. He can be annoying as hell. So I got to kill Shinsuke.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm not happy
real.
with you at all right now. Not at all.
Every
Neither
I'm
Dave.
sorry.
God,
I'm sorry. But then Kushida, I guess I'm fucking Kushida. He's the youngest anyways, so it'd probably
What does
work
that
out.
mean? What is it? You're fucking
Gee,
him.
had to
What's
put,
different?
had to mention it once. Go ahead and tell Erica you love her too. Get it out of the way.
Love you, Erica.
For the love of God, she knows. She knows.
She's not even
going
here.
anywhere because of her.
She's not
All
even
right,
here. I'm home alone. I just yelled that.
Home Alone, huh?
Mm.
All right, take care of yourself tonight. Thinking of these three men. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, I am marrying to Jerry. Like Devin said, he's funny as hell, and he's about my size, so he can be real tall. Shinsuke, as long as he's coming to the bedroom with that music, I'm good. You know, one time, open that hotel room, let's go. I'm good with that. Other dude, I don't know who he is, so I'm killing him.
For the love of God, that's twice you've done that to me.
What's
Twice you've done that
Impact?
to me now, where you don't know someone. We're on a wrestling show. All right, Josh Rosenbaum.
I'm killing the Impact guy because I don't hang out with guys that are in, lower divisions.
That's
I
not
don't
true
hang
at
out
all,
with
by the
He's
way.
in
That's not true at all.
NXT.
He used to be Hideo Itami, right?
And he used to be Kushida in NXT.
And he'd come out as a time traveler with the watch and shit.
Okay, all that's good news. I'm still killing them.
Damn you, Kevin.
And
I
then
was thinking of the wrong guy.
I'm going to to Jerry because I think we'd have a fun night. It'd make me laugh. I like music, so I'm marrying Shinsuke because I love his music. I love how he appreciates music, and he's strong as hell. That strong style stuff, he can protect me. Instead of me trying to protect somebody else, I need somebody to protect me, and he's the guy.
All right, Adam.
So I'm kind of curious on who Devin thought we were talking about. Were you?
I was thinking Hideo Itami, not Kushida.
Yeah.
But now
yeah.
I'm still sticking with it.
You want to talk about being canceled, Dave? There's other reasons to get canceled around here. Yeah, Devin.
Just cut
I'm
my
marrying
answers.
Nakamura. Because I can imagine every night, hit the music, here I come. The guitar and shit.
By the way, number 33 on the top 100 of Ringside Rant.
Yeah, who's the host of that shit?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Love you, RJJD. And all the other letters.
And Pondwater once a month.
Yeah, right.
Not every show has to have a ratings getter.
Pop in the territory monthly.
There it is.
Popping your ratings one day a month. Yeah, so marrying Nakamura. I'd be afraid of Tajiri because anybody with the nickname Buzzsaw scares me. So I'm killing him before he gets a hold of me. And the Kushida. Hey, baby. Should put that time traveler watch on. We'll get it 2-3 times. Dial it back, go again. Dial it back, go again. Dial it back, go. Okay, sorry. So, yeah, that's it.
All right, Dave, you're up.
I'm going to make an executive decision.
All right, Dave.
I don't want Dave to answer this question because Ric Flair wouldn't answer this question, and the referee that reffed his last match should not have to answer this question.
What the
I'd
fuck
kill
kind of bullshit is that?
Shinsuke. Shinsuke's dead because that's a one ugly son of a bitch right there.
Thank you, Super Dave.
And then and I'm married to Jerry because he's funny, but even those spitters are quitters.
Yeah, agreed.
Quote of the night.
And then the Impact dude's gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he is.
It's a t-shirt. Impact.
And you know why?
We're going to get it.
And Adam, tell him why.
We're going to dial it back, do it again. We're going to dial it back, do it again.
Well, no, because any bitch can get it.
Oh, shit, damn it.
Hey, man, he is pissed off that he didn't get what you were picking
I
up.
teed him up, man. I teed him up.
Yeah, forget it with him. He's sick tonight. Go ahead, James.
Dial it back. Let's see. Man, I really do like Shinsuke's music. I may fuck Shinsuke, I guess. But it's definitely gonna be a one go, like, you know. Probably by the time this theme's over, I'm done.
Dave's done.
It just
I feel
didn't
so
let off with the
disappointed.
music.
Hey man, as long as he walks out, like it's by the time the theme's done, I'm done. So
No doubt. No doubt.
after that, who am I gonna marry?
Yeah.
Probably Tajiri, I guess. And then because I don't really know the other dude that much. Kushida, is that his name?
Kushida, NXT Kushida.
Don't
Come on,
fucking
man.
He come out like Marty McFly or some shit.
Okay, that's what I thought. Oh,
Yeah, he has the vest on. Yeah.
oh.
I feel like I let down the set.
Hey, your dad picked him.
I know he did. I'm not gonna say
Your
it.
dad's
But
a
yeah,
sick
he
fuck.
said it would be of an Eastern Asian variety. Yeah, I guess Kushida may be out.
All right. All right.
You know.
I got you. So I guess I'm up. Oh!
You gets canceled, Brad. This was gonna get
There
copyright
is no
infringement right
doubt. I am marrying Mr. Shinsuke Nakamura, and I know you all talked about the music, but it is about the music.
Right.
He makes sweet music to me every night of the week. That being said, Tajiri's out. I don't care how funny he is. He looks like shit, okay? And I'm going to fuck Kushida because have you seen the guy make some moves in the ring?
Any bitch can get it. Damn it, I'm too late. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good bit. So anyway, yes, Kushida is my one night stand. Nakamura is the love of my life. And Tajiri is out. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, thank you, Randy.
Hey, Randy, you got something for Asians? This is very interesting how you chose 3 Asian men and 3 Asian women. Oklahoma.
Well,
Hey, Randy.
Don't you fucking dare fuck up that.
seriously, thank you for the contribution. And like I said, we only do this every other week, but I've done it 7 straight weeks. Yes.
Oh boy.
So I do have a question.
Oh, here we freaking go. You're sick. I don't know if I can stay on, but we're going to continue.
I feel better now. Super Dave, do you have like a favorite like corny dad joke?
Oh, yeah. Waka,
Like
waka,
all-time
waka.
Yeah, I do, and you kind of put me on the spot.
I do. I got one question.
Well,
If
you
a
did
clown,
it to him. So.
if a clown farts, does it smell funny?
Man, I had one I was telling last week, and I can't remember what it was, but it was the epitome of a dad joke. God.
2 guys walk into a bar. Third
The
guy
third one
ducks.
Woo!
Guy walks into a bar.
This penguin goes to a garage because his car's messed up. He said, my car's not running right. I need you to look at it. So the guy said, we'll look at it. It's going to take me a few minutes. Penguin goes, all right, well, I'm going to go across the street and get some ice cream, and I'll be back in a minute. Penguin comes back. Goes and gets him an ice cream. He comes back, asks the mechanic. He said, what's wrong with my car? He goes, looks like you blew a seal. He said, no, that's just a little ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
That's a dad joke. But I'll take it.
That's all I could come up with.
I did forget about Ted Hillbilly Hill. He sent me one, and they said, I just ordered an egg and a chicken from Amazon on the same day. I'll let you know.
Hey, James, guess what I forgot again?
Questions.
Yeah, let me just get through these real quick. I know we're running low. We're running short on time. So this question comes to us from Michael McClanahan. So everybody, get their notebooks
Oh
out.
Lord Almighty.
Get their translations out. Everything. Get it out. You whip it out, Mike. All right. What are the crew's thought? Here we go. What are the crew members' thoughts and feelings on retirement, in quotes, concept, and storyline? Is it possible for anyone truly to remain retired in pro wrestling? Provide specific examples to justify your responses. Well, obviously, Ric Flair is not retired 3 times. What else do you got? I mean, there's been a
Holy.
million of these, right?
Didn't Terry Funk retire one time?
Didn't Mick Foley retire for 20 days?
True.
So the answer is,
I
So just-
retired.
Mark
There you
Henry.
go.
I mean,
Yeah.
Undertaker retired every year. Then he come back at WrestleMania. I don't
What
know.
about guys that should have retired?
Even the man we spoke about earlier, Shawn Michaels, he retired, but then
I mean,
came
he was
back 10
done.
years later to do it.
97, right? 98, he was
Look
done.
at Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
19
There you go.
years or whatever, 16, something like that.
Man,
Michael
I'm not going to
Flanagan-
fault these guys because there's a thrill about going between those ropes and getting in that ring.
I got one. I bet Vince McMahon's retired from the ring.
Tell him, Paul Water. Tell him how exciting that is.
Never say never.
Day that you get up on that apron, wipe your feet, and climb to them ropes, and it's not a thrill, is the day that's when you don't do it no more.
Correct.
That's when you don't have the butterflies before you come through the curtain.
Oh, yeah. So the answer is no. Yeah, right?
No, there's no real retirements. I mean, unless.
Right.
I mean,
Unless what?
then, I mean, a lot of guys, they retire, but they're still involved in the business.
Yeah.
Road Dog. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Brian Haremza had a question. Do you guys think that, and we've answered this in different ways on different matches, do you guys think that at WrestleMania, Rick versus Shawn should have gone on last?
What was last?
Second from last, maybe.
There was 2 championship matches that went on after this. So I
And a
don't know.
women's match.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was like in the middle, I believe.
Yeah.
It's probably a good way to do it. I guess.
left.
I mean, we talked about this with like The Rock and Hogan at one time. You know, it's.
You know, it didn't go on last, but the next night on Raw, Flair did have like 45 minutes in the ring at the very end of it.
Yeah.
So that kind of right there could have made up for it. And they even went another 20 minutes after Raw went off, like off
don't
right
know.
there.
I don't know that I'd want to go home being down about, leaving the show
Yeah.
down.
True.
But I couldn't tell you what the main event was that night.
I looked at it, I forgot.
Randy, Triple H, and Cena, wasn't it?
Maybe. I did look at it, and I think I'm a believer in the championship going last, but I understand what he's saying. It was the most important match of the night.
Be ready at 7.
What'd you say, Josh?
My wife asked me a question. I should have.
Okay, well,
But here's the thing,
I
though.
avoided
If you put the title in front of them and let them go last, then what do you do next year? You can't put the title last and be like, well, now this year is more important than everybody. So you kind of run into a, why is it okay to go last this year but not last year? Why is it okay to go?
Stone Cold kicked Kevin Owens on night 1 of WrestleMania and went last
Of not one.
of night 1. I get it. It's a little different nights. I get it. All right. We don't
Night
know.
one was the better of the nights.
It was more fun for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I agree with that.
I think the Jackass match should have gone last, but no one agrees. So,
So good.
The main event of the 2008 WrestleMania was Undertaker versus Edge for the World Heavyweight
and there you
Championship.
go. Now you also have the streak involved. So
What was the match before that?
The match before that was the triple threat between Triple H, Randy Orton,
I
and
think
John
the
Cena.
streak- I think the streak's the biggest. Well, I mean, this is 08, so it's 14 years ago. So I don't know. It probably
I
wasn't
guarantee
exactly.
you that I did
the
not
streak,
make it. I did not make it through the triple threat match without going to sleep.
All right, finally, guys. This can go on forever. So, Zol Lopez, we all know him. We all love him. Which athlete in all of sports, final moment in the spotlight, had the greatest impact on you?
Ah, good question.
Yeah, what the fuck, right? Go
I
ahead.
love
Mark.
it.
What about Dale Earnhardt Sr.?
We need to start reading these questions before they
He
record.
died?
Yeah, he died. I mean, that was the most impact one. I was sad. You
Dark,
didn't-
dark moment there, Mike.
Right? hell,
Wow.
hell of a take on that question there.
Holy shit, dude.
Wait a
I
minute,
mean,
who did he- who
But
did
see,
he
I
pick?
was there, but I was there too.
You
But
were
it
there.
was
I'm a
somewhere-
NASCAR fan.
I was there, yeah. It was in Daytona. That's when I was living in Daytona.
Yeah.
You were there?
I was working the track. Yeah.
That was a
Earnhardt Senior.
Shit,
Oh,
how
Mike,
have we not
minute.
talked about this?
Well, because we're wrestling. So.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to share quickly?
I love Derek Jeter. He's one of my favorite of all-time
Get
players.
the fuck out of here with your New York Yankees.
His
The
final ever
triplets, you
hit.
know, when Aikman and Emmett retired, when Irvin got injured and was kind of forced to retire, man. When
I was
Witten
going to go with
retired,
Irvin. I'll
Witten
never
retiring
forget.
was a pretty rough one.
I'll never forget Irvin being taken off the field in Philadelphia. And I'll never
Watching
forget
that game,
Philadelphia. So Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know.
Motherfuckers,
Oh,
dude.
thank you, asshole.
Motherfuckers. Go
You know,
eat horse shit. Assholes.
That's where I'm from, Dave. Just a heads up.
My
You
bad.
weren't-
Yeah, he's a son of a bitch.
I mean, I apologize for nothing.
right?
They threw batteries at Coach Landry.
Yeah.
That's evil.
We also threw snowballs at Santa.
The only NFL team to have a JP court and a jail in the stadium.
That's how you know those days were over. That was the vet. And you know what? It probably wouldn't have been a bad idea for a lot of you.
Ah, okay.
All right,
I'd like
I got
to
one.
answer.
All good, Dave.
I'd like to
Remember
answer.
when- This might not be like celebrity wise, retirement, whatever. But I remember when I was a kid, when Alf went off the air, I died. I lost my shit when Alf went off the air.
How did he go off? Did he die?
Yeah, they
Did he
canceled
go
it.
back to space?
That's the problem. Most of these retirements don't happen on purpose. You know, that's what makes it a little difficult. I will say, like, I was a little young, but Muhammad Ali losing to Larry Holmes and being almost ruined for life with, you know, because he got hit in the head too many times was a very, very impactful retirement.
Nothing like Alf. I'm sorry.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad way to go out. Embarrassing almost. So,
No.
anybody else? Coach?
Yeah. Jenna Jameson. In her last film, she took it like a champ. I mean, she went out on top. And
Now you're canceled, Dave. Now you're canceled.
that's the way to go out, on top. And you know, she was glistening. Much love, Jenna. You were a tremendous actress, and
I went
I have to thank you for the birth of my first son. You were right there with us, and your retirement video was one of a kind.
Toss the notebook at him. We're done.
Oh,
There's no beating
boy.
I got my phone. I got my phone. Okay.
Can't beat that, y'all. You can't beat that. He did, but
That's what she said.
I got it now. Waka waka waka.
James, I'm done with the questions. Let's move on.
If you don't end this
Oh,
shit
man.
now, we'll never end it.
Yeah, let's do this meat minute. This demographic can be on our freaking way.
So say, Devin, what's your demographic? And then we'll meet minute it
Yeah, hey, Erica's great. I love her. Let's get
out.
married.
right?
Right?
Did you guys see
Nitro
what Sammy
Pepsi,
and
I
Ty
peed
did
in
on
the
TV?
can. Nitro Pepsi's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
Devin's demographic of the week is actually about Little League baseball coaches. I can't stand them. Honestly, I was at 2 Little League baseball games over the past week, and both times I seen my soon-to-be nephew's son or soon-to-be nephew's team lose both games because their coach was an idiot and tried to get in fights with an umpire and like was yelling at his pitcher. And just, I think if you're going to coach Little League baseball, you got to do it for the right thing. You got to do it for the passion of the sport and stuff. Don't be out there trying to win as a 40-year-old person coaching these Little Leaguers.
Yeah, I hate those 40-year-olds. Asshole.
No, I just mean like you're a dad. You're not supposed to be like taking it to heart if you win or lose. But like, yeah, most of these Little League coaches aren't like that. Like if you're gonna coach the sport, coach it for the right reasons. But,
I remember umpiring and getting screamed at by everybody, and I was right. Right, Dave?
Oh, I've done the same thing. One time I was umping for Little League and started getting yelled at by a parent. I took off the mask and handed it to him. Said, "Here, you want to call the game?"
I was 13.
How'd
Yeah.
that go over?
They just sat right there. I called the rest of the game. I
Yeah.
got paid for it. So
They do shut up. That is the nice thing. They will shut up.
they
Oh, great.
did. But I wrote that down. It was like Tuesday, and I was pissed off at a coach. I was like, "This is a good demographic."
Here's a Starrcast favorite moment for me. When Conrad introduced me to Rick, he introduced me as coach, and Rick said, "Nice to meet you, coach." That That was great. That was great.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Sounds like a very coachable moment of the week.
Whoa.
And the
Oh,
meat
man.
Oh, another run in.
Another run in.
Bye.
Oh, Stephanie! Hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, a little late.
Hey, it's
Oh, thanks
me.
for the party,
It's Josh. I got our shirt on. Hey,
I like
here we go.
it.
Love you.
Oh, I love that. Hey, look at that. Awesome, guys.
I think that's the sign that Dave's about ready to go.
You
So,
talk about somebody out kicking their coverage? That man right there did.
yeah, that's what we've been hearing. Ringside rant.
I don't know that.
Aw, y'all are too sweet.
Every time I see Mrs. Miller, she was always going to do something, helping somebody. She was always
Oh, okay. well,
always had stuff in her hand helping. She was busy every time I saw her.
Dave, I've heard very good things.
well, thank y'all.
Oh yeah.
You should have seen her. You should have seen her at the last match. They put her up. They gave her tickets, put her in the upper bowl, and she wasn't having that shit. Next thing I know, she's on the front row sitting in the Undertaker's chair till he gets there.
That upper bowl was terrible.
I mean, I'm backstage thinking, guys. And I mean, she's called me so many times about it, and I'm thinking, I'm fixing to get on StubHub and find her a ringside seat because I'm in pregame here. I'm going to anybody to listen because Silva told her she was going to be where she could take pictures.
Well, he told me I'd have a good seat.
Yeah.
Then I go
bird's
look
eye
at the
seat.
monitor. I go look at the monitor because I want to watch Rick's entrance. And they show Kid Rock, and she's sitting right behind Kid Rock with a Palm Water Dave shirt. And I'm like, how does she do it?
You might end up in a Kid Rock video. That I'll speak that into existence. You never know.
Cowboy, baby.
Depends which video.
I hijacked their show tonight.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes. I loved it.
It's his show.
I came in and he's got his referee shirt on. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
for giving them to us for
Enjoy
the
my
past
15
2
minutes.
hours.
Yeah.
An exclusive interview.
That's right.
You got the first one.
There it is.
There it is. Here live in the
I tell you what, it couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Thank you.
You can go to any of Dave's socials, and unless you saw it happen, you wouldn't know it even happened. Because he ain't said a word about it. If it was me, I done told everybody. But if you go look on anything he's got, you couldn't even tell it. That's just how humble he is.
Well, thank you.
Well, hey man, if you need to go, of course we're about to wrap it up, but
Y'all
So-
have fun. I just came in.
oh,
What are you
God.
cooking, Mike, in your meat minute? Tell us what you're cooking,
Yeah,
Mike.
it's
There it is.
meat,
Go
Mike
jump
meat
in.
minute time.
Everybody has
Well,
people
first-
run in on them, and I don't. I don't have nobody.
Meat minute.
Well, first, Dave, my Mike's Meat Minute, of course, I throw out some recipes and stuff like that for people to cook. Do you have anything? What's your favorite meal to cook or eat, or
I'm a steak guy.
just throw a steak on? That works.
I'm
Me too.
steak. I'd eat steak every night if I could.
Gas or charcoal?
Charcoal.
That's my man.
Yeah.
My son-in-law finally taught me how to use that grill. I've never been good on the grill. He's finally showed me how to do it, and it takes a little longer to cook, but I've gotten to where I'd rather cook one than go out to eat and get one.
As long as you cook it right, you're good to go. Well, today I'm going to do something. It's good for like big parties. A little quick, easy meal. It's a ramen noodle chicken stir fry. So what you need, of course, is some chicken ramen noodles. You need some chicken breasts. You cut those up. You boil the ramen noodles just for a few minutes. You don't want them done. Just get them nice, get them a little bit soft.
Al dente.
Al dente. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, when it's not fully cooked. Yeah.
Right. So do that.
Oh,
Cook
lack
your
of
chicken.
blue chew.
Cook your chicken some. Then you throw it in a frying pan with some cooking oil, olive oil, vegetable oil, whatever you want. Throw in a little bit of peas, carrots in there. Mix it up. Fry it up like that, nice and good. You put the chicken season packets in it from the noodles, and you can also put like teriyaki, make it a teriyaki flavor there to it. It's real good, real easy, real cheap, and can feed a lot of people.
Solid.
I think Randy Okorai would like that with his affection toward Asians.
He might.
Perfect
When I
dish.
do my ramen noodles, I'll normally use a couple of chicken bouillon cubes instead of using those packets.
Yeah.
Because those packets, that salt will take your head off.
Yeah.
Cheap and easy. That's my kind of style.
Sounds like my Saturday nights at the time.
Sounds like my first wife.
Hey-o. There it is.
My pizza, hot and ready.
We can do this for an hour.
I like my wine like I like my women. Easy to open, ready to serve.
Now, Brad, you know good and damn well there ain't nothing you can do for an hour.
Jeez, there it is.
Well, I told you I can go down on a girl for an hour. It's not going to get me anywhere. Or
I'll
her.
go down there, but I'm
Or
not
her,
going
I
to
mean.
My goodness.
Anyway, James, right?
Is it bringing it on home, Tom?
Yeah.
Bring it on home.
Let's
Take it
go.
home.
Next week.
We need somebody to run in and do the 3 count.
Right?
So next week, right, James? What are we talking about?
No.
James.
Yes. Well, I guess next week we're talking about fucking we're doing Sammy Guevara matches.
Yes.
2 of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
dude.
Ah, fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
That's what I'm saying too. Devin, I guess this is gonna be the Devin episode.
Turning my
Two
camera
Sammy
off.
matches.
Fuck that.
Devin centric.
Ugh,
Next week is
man.
gonna be fantastic. A tribute to the happy married couple.
So to talk a little bit about some things we might be doing differently going forward, we're still going to do matches, but we're going to start talking about maybe a specific wrestler during a couple matches like we did today with Ric Flair. And we're going to talk about our favorite wrestlers. We don't want to be the cookie cutter show that's doing Stone Cold, that's doing Hulk Hogan. So it is really, I know, James, you want to do
I thought
Stone
you said our
Cold. We'll
favorite
get there.
wrestlers.
We'll get there. But we're starting with Sammy Guevara because let's face it, there's not a whole lot of shows on Sammy Guevara.
And we can only
For
go
a
up from
fucking
there.
reason.
There's nowhere but up to go from there.
Well, then there was a big boss man talk, maybe a little Mortis talk. We'll see what happens, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Stay tuned.
So yeah, that's next week's episode is gonna be Sammy Guevara, and we're
I'm
thrilled.
definitely be doing it by myself.
Right?
That's normal for you.
Oh shit.
Hey-oh.
It's easier. Doesn't
Okay.
cost me as much either.
It definitely is easier.
Coach got Jenna Jameson on his mind. He's getting warmed up. He's a
Well, I
pregame,
did
Jack.
strengthen my wrists. These are wrist exercises.
That's
I'd have gave you $20 if that was a shake weight.
I get it. I have another wrist exercise, but I'm good. You know, like you said, Adam.
Oh man.
Oh, Paul Water, thanks for joining us.
We do want to thank
Go on
you.
socials, please, and thank Dave for being here. Come on.
Thanks
Matt.
for having me.
Yeah,
I look
man, go
forward
ahead and
I
plug
look
yourself
forward to
in.
your upcoming episode where your Mary F. Kill is going to be a German Shepherd, a Chihuahua, or a Great Dane.
Great game all the way, man. And I'm taking it.
We actually shot those down 2 weeks ago.
Thank y'all for having me. Keep doing what you're doing. Look forward to seeing. Hopefully, we'll see all y'all real soon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm
Couple weeks.
hopefully I'll see you in Chicago, definitely.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Tell people where they can find you.
I'm on Twitter at Ref Super Dave PWD.
Nice.
And Dave, I think I speak not only for all of us, but you know, ad-free shows members and a lot of other fans. We lived vicariously through you on Sunday night.
Thank you.
So it was amazing, and thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you.
You can ask Bobby from Oklahoma. When you run down that ramp, I literally lost my shit. I really did.
I appreciate
loved
the
it.
support, guys. I really appreciate the support. I've felt a lot of love this week, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been overwhelming.
Quite the honor for you to
You
join us.
deserve it, brother. You deserve it.
Man, it was
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah. It's really cool. Like I know that guy, you know? It was awesome, dude. It was really surreal.
I got a picture of that guy. That's awesome. And he
There
signed
it
it
is.
for me.
Yeah, you're over and
Okay.
over, brother, for sure.
It's one of a kind. You'll never
I
see
got
that
a one.
one
Yeah, I got one of a kind. That's awesome.
again. You troublemaker.
And I guess I am at James L. Corai. You can follow me on Twitter, all that stuff. We are at Kickout Crew for sure. But you know, I'm gonna shoot it on over to Devin. What you got for the people?
This was a fun episode. Cover Ric Flair with Ric Flair's final ever referee, Pondwater Dave, Super Dave. Again, just thank you so much for joining us today. This was a fun episode. And you can catch me at DevinD19 on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Again, check out our TikTok and Instagram at Kickout Crew Podcast.
TikTok.
Yeah, I'm going to be adding more clips, I promise. Right now, we only have 2 or 3, but the top one has over 400 views. So I'm happy with that right now. But please check us out.
Hell yeah. Love that. Appreciate the support and everything. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all major podcast platforms and all that stuff. Kick it to Mike next. Mike, tell the people where they can reach you at.
Right. Well, first I want to say that TikTok, that 400 views is probably from Coach's son. He's the one that gets honest about it. So let's thank him for that one. You can reach me at Whitaker1028 on Twitter. Hit me up. We'll talk. And before I go too, I want to say thanks to Super Dave. Thank you very much for coming on. And to all the kids going back to school, y'all have a good summer or a good school year. I got my 2 babies, first year just now going in. My big baby's just now starting middle school. So, all you ones with kids, got ones going to college for the first year. Brad, Coach, you guys got them all going. Just good luck to all you guys in your school year.
Thanks, Mike.
Nice. Very thoughtful, Mike. And Brad, tell the people how they can reach you.
I am Brad at Yes Man Brad on Twitter. Again, Dave, thanks for coming on today. I had no idea. You just showed up, and it was fun. We actually had a hell of a good time. So this is, I think, one of our best episodes, just because it was on the fly, and that's what we're the best at, on the fly.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, Rosie.
At Real Coach Rosie. What the fuck?
Oh, no, forget about all that. I'll just say one last thing. I mean, Dave, you're great, but Conrad, you'll probably never listen to this, but thank you for putting this all together. Conrad, you're the man for what you've done for professional wrestling and for us. Thank you.
True. Adam?
All right, well, of course, thank you, Dave, for joining us, making this our best episode yet. And
Too kind.
catch me at Adam_from_Bama. And I'm taking this time right here to boycott next week's episode. I refuse to be a part of the highest rated episode to go very next week to the lowest fucking episode.
And I
I'll
heard
boycott it, and I will not be there.
Sammy might make an appearance.
Huh?
You're
We're
right.
gonna-
Call him, Devin. Call him.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking roast the territory on next week's episode.
How do we
Hey,
go from here to down here? How does that happen?
Nowhere to
hell
go
do
but up
you
after
know?
that.
All right. Well,
That's it.
from all of us here, I do also want to say thank you for joining us, Super Dave. You're always welcome back for sure. And I know, man, it was surreal when I saw your name pop in the Zoom. So I appreciate it, man. Thanks for joining us. And for all of us here, when life gets you down, don't kick out at 2. Or what is it?
Do kick out at 2.
That's a blooper.
Well, hey,
Not if you're Jeff Jarrett, you better not kick out at
that's
2.
true. We got a ref here, man. I'm nervous on it. But hey, when life gets you down, you kick out at 2. Because that's what we do for the Kick Out Crew. So I appreciate it. Everybody have a good week. Thanks.
Peace.